Hello.
You already started the stream.
Look
Cool.
at that. There's people stealing my hello and welcome to Tabletalkers. You know what? Y'all give the fucking recap and I'll give you something or I won't. Whomever does it.
Howdy-ho. I
He's
forgot
going for
fucking
it.
what town did we go to? What was the town's name?
It wasn't given a name, nor were you given a
Uh,
location as to exactly where it was. They're keeping that relatively secretive. Given
we
that
went
it's in
to
a strange
some secret
environment, you can
squirrel.
assume why.
We went to Secret Squirrel Town. We saw some really shiny ore, and like, here you can go to this cave. You can get some out of there. We follow the giant golem. He brought us there. We decided to help out. Killed a lot of small losers, and we got to the base and killed two really big losers. They were really pissed off, mommy and daddy. Found out that don't hit it with ice, because then they just wreck your shit again.
Or do hit it with ice.
No, you hit it with ice and it recharges the thing. I had to keep using my shield to stop it from burning the shit out of me.
And you saw that I never stopped hitting with ice.
I kept popping up my shield. Vashner does not do good at range. At all.
Noted.
I just throw sticks. That's gonna get fixed. Hopefully. We beat them. We used their skin, and we stole their skin. We stole like 2 or 3 eggs.
Two.
It's not stealing anymore if they're dead, right? We just took it.
I'm
Grave robbing.
inclined to
Still
agree.
stealing.
Well, grave robbers, you open up the you open up the grave and you take it. Damn, it's just like a big. There's a big room now. We just took it. Don't know if we're gonna keep them or make scrambled eggs. We'll figure that out real soon. And it was hot. It was really hot in there. I think that's all the recap.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just say, Vashner, you can have an inspiration die. Somebody fill in the last bit.
There's the last bit.
We made it back to town and commissioned things?
You remember what?
Yes. We commissioned 3 cloaks out of the hide of the fire salamanders, and I believe that's it. Well, also the incubators, sorry. We also commissioned the incubators for the 2 eggs to sit next to the engine, and pretty much that's it, because I don't think we commissioned any weapons with the ore that we brought back.
I don't believe so.
I think that's it.
And you made those rush orders whenever you dropped Captain Yaskir's name.
Yes, I did. Because I'm a dick.
So I can actually have those done in this preceding day. So, let's go ahead and you don't get anything for it this time. You get a hearty high five and a pat on the back. There you go. Congratulations.
Oh,
I don't want anything.
Fine then. I retract my hearty high five and pat on the back.
Woo!
But let's go ahead and start session off with you guys coming to in the end. In the inn, not the end. It's not an inn, actually, it's a common house.
It's a barracks. Or at least it has barrack style sleeping, probably.
Very functional.
I mean, I got nothing to do. We're waiting here for a few days on the ship to be ready. So,
since we haven't yet, we probably should take that guy his ore. Or some of the ore we collected.
I already did.
We said we did we?
Yeah.
I don't think we went back.
I said I didn't. Yes, I did. I said I didn't commission any weapons with the ore that I brought him. Because we brought him the whole load of ore on the magic carpet. As well as the hide from the thing, and what we commissioned the ore for were the incubators, because they are heat resistant, or whatever. Really hot.
Did you give our carpet back?
Yes.
And do I still need a portable hole full of guts and rocks and stuff?
I like to
Probably
think
not.
that's what it's written down as on your sheet.
Specifically, it's written down as, let's see, what is it? Where is my
Portable
portable
hole
hole
full of
list?
guts and rocks and stuff.
There you
Well,
are.
all that stuff is probably cold at this point, so no.
Filled with blood and guts and flesh of fire salamanders.
Okay.
That is exactly what I wrote. So, no, I don't want to clean that out.
Just have a portable hole with guts. Got ya.
I gotta mark it as a portable hole with guts and make sure I remember which one is which.
Put people we don't like in there. It'll be fine.
I mean, you never know when you might require additional biomass. It could get real Resident
be-
Evil.
It should be kept cold because cold, but hey, I don't know how this shit works.
Oh, was he? You gonna use all the ore for the incubator?
I don't know how much it's gonna take. You could probably go ask him for a weapon though, because this place is. I'm gonna give you this stuff for free. You just go, hey, can I have this? And he goes, yeah. If he has it on stock, if not, then you have to throw some names around, act like you're important, and get it in a rush order.
Oh, he saw we were with you, so. I'll throw a name around.
I mean, I actually waited for y'all to be gone before I threw names around. But he did see you with me. That is correct. I made it a point to make sure y'all were gone before I became an ass.
As you were all figuring out what to do over the next day, there is a knock at your door.
Yeah.
Knocks again.
I don't know if you heard me.
I'm gonna go open the door.
I said yeah, but my mic didn't pick it up.
No, it did.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You open the door up, there is a
Hold on.
golem standing there with a bag.
Bag.
As you're standing there, they reach into the
Hell.
bag and pull out a cube and offer it toward you.
Take the cube. Thank you.
Its arm will
I need
go back to its
3
side.
more.
It will get out 3 more.
I don't know how I'm gonna juggle 3 cubes. I want to try to balance them on one another so I can take them back, or just throw them to whoever needs a cube.
The golem moves
Here.
What are
along.
these cubes?
Have a
Oh,
good
food.
day. Yes, the food cubes. These are rations.
Oh, god damn it. Nom nom nom.
Tastes like eh.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, oh god damn it.
Think people are expected to just eat them like this? Or is there some way of preparing them that we just don't know about?
I mean, prestidigitation could probably make it taste like something else, or something in general, but meh, just eat it.
Fair enough. Not the worst thing I've ever had.
No, God, no.
I really want to know how those golems are made.
Probably like every other golem.
I've never made a
Magically.
golem.
Well, for what it's worth, on your actual analysis of the golems that are going by, they're not the most hardy and robust creatures. They're very much just enough.
Just enough to do their job and then respond to people who need to actually ask them questions.
Basically.
And then redirect themselves depending on what orders are given. They seem like pretty intelligent beings in my book. Well, I don't know what you all have planned for today, but I'm gonna go visit the magic shop if that's all right with you. Or are they still called shops? Store, place? I'm gonna go
Just
visit whoever makes magic items here.
a fucking craftsman area. All I would imagine it is if you don't buy things, I don't think it can be classified as a shop.
This place is so weird. Attica's weird.
Anyway, did they say how long it would take for the items that we requested?
They didn't give you an exact time, but you know they're hurrying.
Okay.
So
I doubt your to the shop is going to take you 3 days. So what the hell we're going to do for these next few days? Hello? Oh. It's dying.
Fun.
Cool. I believe the captain said we're only gonna be here for a couple days, so today might be the last day. You might have to stay for an extra day.
He said 4 days.
Did he say 4 days?
I don't think
thought
he
it was
said 4 days.
Or,
I
pretty
remember
sure he
hearing
said
a
like 4
couple.
days.
I don't think so.
I have no idea. All I know is we're here for way too long.
Who knows? Maybe someone else somewhere needs some help that you can go help with. Like do some odd jobs. It weren't there some golems building some sort of archway before?
Why would I help with that?
You've walked by their trellis. It's a trellis. It is what it is.
Or to
I'm
improve your
not
reputation?
I'm
Maybe
not
we'll
here
give
to
you free
help.
stuff.
You realize they gave us free stuff anyway. What
You're not wrong.
What are you talking about?
You're right.
Point being, fact remains, at this stage, the only reason I killed the fire salamanders, or we killed the fire salamanders, the only reason I went to do that in general, because I'm bored. And that was fun.
It was somewhat fun. Besides, getting hit with fire breath over and over again.
I mean, I'm
I
fine.
say is we only get once or twice, I think.
I'm fine.
Because you're used to fire.
One can say that, yes.
Fire doesn't just spontaneously appear everywhere. Typically, normally, I don't think. There's no real reason for anyone to have adapted to being set on fire. That's strange in and of itself.
I suppose. But it stands right now. We're either just going to be sitting here in our room twiddling our thumbs or helping out people who don't necessarily need our help. Just to get a little bit more reputation with Attica, which I do believe is the best case scenario for us to do right now. We need that. I think it'd be better to have be friends with them than it would be to be neutral, if that makes any sense. I don't think it's going to get any easier after we do this.
Most likely not. Didn't they say they're having trouble with some sort of worm thing out in the desert? Or something out in the desert?
Why don't you and I, and if you two want to help as well, and he'll look over at Vashnir and Peon, why don't we split up across the city and figure out what people may or may not need that fits our abilities, I'll say.
Specialities. Understood.
And then we group up, figure out what we can go do and what we don't really need to go do, what will benefit us the most with our goal in mind, and go from there. Make sense?
All right.
Sounds good.
Right on.
No complaints.
And you said you were going to go to the magic shop, so I will go there after you.
I just love explaining the
Alright.
same place multiple times. You sure you don't want to go at the same time?
Don't worry about explaining it.
Okay,
I will be in the call.
you'll forget some.
I'm only going to talk to the person. But if you really want me to, I'll go at the same time.
Okay, so I guess, who wants to go first? And who's doing what?
I guess I'll go first. I'm going to the magic shop. Go talk to the shopkeeper.
Alrighty.
I'm going to go. Are there guards and things, or is it just the golems?
For the most
Is
part,
there like a militant force at all?
For the most part, it seems Golem there is a person in more combat attire every now and then, but they are definitely more rare.
Well, I'm going to attempt to find one of them and see if there's anything that they know of that needs to be taken care of, because that is the most likely thing. Whatever they need taken care of will be the most likely thing that I am capable of taking care of.
Okay, so you're looking for bounty. He's going to magic shop. Let's do magic shop. I'm assuming someone's probably going to go to the ship. I'll say that's going to be the group of Vashnir and Peon. You can check back in and see what the fuck's up.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
my wings before I leave.
Jodak. Going into the crafting area, you do eventually find a enchanter's like nook. They seem to have a variety of little enchanted items. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Are they like magic tech items?
That's more of the like weaponry purvey. These are more like these are the keep yourself cool amulets. You see like a bag, and they explain that that's basically a prestidigitation powder. They use it for their food. Outside of that, it's your standard enchantment affair of like little tchotchkes. A lot of them don't really do too much.
I wasn't planning on it, but since you mentioned the presentation powder, I probably should get some of that.
Okay.
I have prestidigitation the spell.
Well, neat. He doesn't.
I don't. So I want the powder. How much powder would last me for how long?
As you get it and try to like look it over and explain it, functionally, this thing's just going to allow you access to the cantrip. There is a limit, but you reaching that limit is difficult to impossible.
Wait, so I'll just add it to my list.
It's just a bag of holding with 500
That's
pounds of
everything.
fucking prestidigitation powder. Don't worry about it.
Well, actually, it's a little magical reaction happening at the back that constantly creates more slowly, but the amount required. We don't need to worry about the fucking specifications of the mechanics right now.
It's a bag. Don't worry about it.
It is a
Well,
magical item.
Okay. That's interesting. I probably should ask the shopkeeper if this is fine just to take.
They'll give you a nod. They do have some things in like a little glass container, obviously like kept away from people just grabbing and going.
But buying stuff wasn't my purpose in coming here. I was going to come to teach him how to, or show him about rune crafting and fusion and stuff, since he hadn't been on the material plane for a while. And it's new information for him.
Oh,
Because I want to know what Attican people can do with this thing that's extra
Oh.
special and new.
someone just earned himself a thing from the special counter.
Oh, really? Oh. What's on the special counter? That sounds interesting.
In the special counter, there is a ring. There's a amulet of some sort, and it looks like a quarterstaff, but the ends have little Magitech-looking spouts around them.
What do these things do exactly?
I'll get to that later once I think of them,
Cool.
because I wasn't expecting anybody to pull this off.
I mean, they haven't been home for a while, so new information's always nice.
You are very right. So you're going to be showing them that. Go ahead and make a roll on that, just so I can get a gist of how good of a teacher you are being, including like how thorough it is and what notes you're leaving behind.
What roll do I need to make?
Rune crafting one.
Just
Rune
make your-
crafting roll.
And
Make your kit
crafting
check.
one. Yeah.
I have a 19.
That after adding things?
That's after adding things.
Okay. Well, someone's using a macro and I forget about that a lot of the times, and what I do is I say what I got on my dice, and then I add things. 19, though, is not bad by any means, and more than enough for a solid base, especially if you spend most of the day doing so. But this will mean
That's
that you are
fine.
busy most of the day. Do you confirm?
That is absolutely fine. Yes.
Understood. Okay.
That's fine. He's still getting brownie points, so that's perfectly fine.
Getting brownie points and a brownie.
Yeah, I know.
To Dora, you're going bounty hunting, or more specifically asking what bounties they have. Functionally, what you get...
What things? Because I've seen the bounty board. The bounty board is minuscule at best.
Well-
I want to speak to them about something that because they are obviously the heavily militant force, and I have seen, at least in some part, them do their thing. So I know that they're going to have to go deal with something, and if they have to deal with one thing over here, and there's another thing over here that they also have to deal with later,
Well-
why don't they go deal with this thing, and we'll go deal with this thing?
Do recall that we can go full in character for any of these if you want.
That's fine.
Sometimes that's actually more effective in gathering them.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
So, whatever you want to do, however you want to ask, I can give you an overview, or you can go for it. Gotta go for it first, and then I'll meet you.
Do I find who I'm looking for, basically?
You can find people in guard uniform. They're the poor motherfuckers in plate armor in the middle of a 100-degree day.
Ugh, I don't envy you. As I walk up to him.
They'll give you a look over and then kind of look over at their armor and wipe some sweat off their forehead.
Do you want this? And I'll hand him the amulet. Or
He'll
I'll peruse it.
reach into his breastplate and show you he's got one already. It's just
There. Thought I'd ask. You're part of the more militant force here, obviously, correct?
part of the God regiment on the region. Yeah. God, that's a hard to understand speaking voice. Fuck it, it's what it's got now. All right.
Took me a second to realize what the fuck you said, but it's fine. So is there anything y'all are gonna have to go deal with later on? And is there anything else that you're also going to have to go deal with, or?
You're talking about the monsters nearby or just general explorations?
Not necessarily exploration, just something that seems to be a threat
Known threats
that
in the
needs to be
area
dealt with.
include incursions from those fucking GIF. Also, there's a one out in the sands, but we can't seem to track it down.
A worm?
Yeah. Oh. You look a little foreign. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's the Y kind, not the O kind.
Oh. So one of the flying bastards.
What? No.
No?
It's the dragon that's not got no legs or wings.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Does that need to be dealt with?
Yeah, eventually. Thus far, it's given us a wide berth, but it's somewhere out in the deep sands.
Would it have caved in a brood of fire salamanders to eat the mother and father of the brood?
What if I know? That big bastard does what he wants.
So he leaves a big ass hole when he goes through.
Hey.
Ah. I think we may have found him.
Eh.
We didn't deal with him yet, but my brain is blanking, Eric. Hold on.
Your eyes seem to be turning to static.
um, we were dealing with the brood of the fire salamanders over there in the mines. My group and I, and
Thanks for that.
no problem. We had a thing bore through the side of the freaking brood den, eat the two bodies after we had skinned it, and leave. So probably your worm.
Well, if you remove the foot source, then I imagine they'll go on and find somewhere else to be. Hopefully
What?
not here.
Eric, what the fuck did he just say?
Since you've removed their food source, hopefully they'll find somewhere else to be. Hopefully not here.
Is there any other food source nearby? That's the problem.
There's tons of beasties out in the sands.
Beasties out in the sands. Are there more people here than there are beasties out in the sands? In large quantities, anyway.
No, but there can be.
Hard is tracking down this worm.
Sand. Very difficult to track in.
What if you have an entrance to one of its boreholes?
And unless you can run for very long distances very quickly, really not much better than just being out in the sand and dancing.
What if we can fly very fast?
Then you're not going to attract it from the sand, are you?
Fair. Is there a hot spot where he likes popping up and eating things walking across the sand, like golems or whatever?
By and large, the rocky terrain of the area keeps it fairly away from town. It's really just out in the sands that it shows up, and that's a ways away. Doesn't like to bonk its head.
And there's nothing else save the worm that really is like a problem.
Majorly? Nah. Most of the robots get them done pretty well.
Robots?
Yeah, those guys. And I'll just look at one of the golems.
Okay.
Do keep in mind
Fair.
the core terms of robot initiate from. I think it's a certain language's word for slave or something.
Yeah, no, I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I know that. I'm just Tadori himself has never heard that word.
I gotcha.
Well, appreciate the info. If at all possible, we'll see if we can't deal with that worm for you, so I don't have to worry about it. That armor is hell, I can tell.
If you happen to, you're welcome to obviously keep whatever it is you manage to get off of it. Imagine it makes for some very steady stuff.
Probably.
That said, I wouldn't want to fight it.
I think I fought worse.
This is Eric saying, roughly equivalent.
Roughly equivalent. I think I fought worse.
Yeah.
This one won't try to take me over. I think I fought worse.
The taking over wasn't the Guardian's thing that almost killed everybody. It was, I'm gonna hit everyone a lot now.
But it also, the Guardian had, I'm gonna explode because I hit you with this specific type of element. Because you hit me with this specific type of element. The worm isn't gonna have that.
That was negligible, and I forgot about it.
Bitch, that's the one that hurt me the most. That is what hurt me the most. It hitting me didn't hurt me the most. It just knocked me down from hitting me because I was already hurt from the explosion. And yes, you did forget about it a lot. But anyway, if it's roughly equivalent, I think we can manage. Anyway. Again, thanks for the info. We'll see what we can come up with. Try to stay cool.
They are walking away with a basic knowledge that there is something probably a few days away in the sands that you could go and hunt. They'll give you a nod as you're walking off.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to get from here.
Basically.
Yeah. So Worm is biggest threat. If we take care of Worm, big brownie points. Got ya.
Now we go over to Vashnir and Peon. How much interaction do you actually want to do over at the ship, or do you just want brass tacks information?
I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
Quick question.
Question?
Are there farms here? Because I know it's hot.
There are not farms here. It looks like they may be attempting to set some up, but they are not at this time running.
I go help with those instead.
If you want to, yeah.
I feel like that's more in my skill set.
Yep, fair. Using a spell of some kind, or a check?
Good old druid craft, if I can.
Well, I think that's just for, like, lesser stuff, right? Or can that make a lasting impact on an area?
I mean, I know I can make plants bloom with it, but I don't know if it will allow me to help without an already set up farm.
I'm pretty sure Druidcraft is basically Druid prestidigitation.
Okay.
I don't know, you
And
might have
may I-
something like plant growth or something like that.
I'm sure I have access to it. Look.
Other than that, you can do stuff like making a nature check or something to that line and seeing if you can come up with something where they have not yet.
I'll just make a nature check.
Okay. Is there a survival skill, or well, is there a wisdom skill that would do better than that? Apologies, I had a minor stroke.
I mean, survival's the only option for that.
But survival's more taking care of yourself in the woods, and nature is an intelligence check for
Yeah.
some unholy reason, so I guess it has to be nature.
It's an 18 either way for that.
I'll just, well, okay. Whenever you make a nature check, I'll factor in you're a motherfucking druid to your DC. Okay?
Well, I rolled an 18, so...
Well, that's fine. It's just, as we go forward,
Makes sense.
like, especially if you roll pretty well and I don't give you anything, remind me you're a motherfucking druid.
Will do.
But in 18, you go over to where they're trying to blah, 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 get stuff set up, and you offer assistance, help where you can. Probably druid craft a couple flowers that they've been waiting to bloom so they can collect the seeds and things like that. How long are you going to spend over there doing that? Because you could easily spend the entire day.
I'll spend the entire time here until someone comes and fetches me.
Understood. Vashnir then.
I'm just pretty much going back to ship, give them the rundown, and I'm gonna. I don't know what happened.
In character or brass tacks?
Yeah, just brass tacks.
Alright. Okay, well, they thank you for doing so. Then they explain that they will be heading out come tomorrow morning.
All right. That's pretty soon.
Is there anything else
Yes,
you
sir,
require? I'm looking at the Discord chat. Do you remember, Caleb, that you can cast your Find Magical Creature spell out of combat? And they still go on your compendium forever.
Correct, yes.
Sorry, continue, Vashti.
Also cast
I think that's all I needed to know.
They'll give you a nod. And get back to whatever they were doing.
I'm gonna go back and be on my way. I'm gonna meet up with the guys and tell them, hey, we got till tomorrow morning.
We could probably get an extension on that if we offer to kill a worm.
You could probably go tell
What?
Peon and then try to find Tadori as you're going into town. Just to say who has the information already.
Yep.
Okay, Tadori, continue your scene. Apologies.
They're fine. If we only have till tomorrow morning, we're not gonna have enough time to kill the worm. So I think we could probably get them to stay a little longer if we offer to kill the worm for the group here, or for the town here. It's worth a shot. It is the only thing I have found that is a major threat to this little enclave of people here. And if we take care of that, we're good. But from what I was understanding, it'll probably best equated to fighting that guardian. Maybe a little less. I don't know. I think we're capable enough of handling it, but ultimately it is up to you and whatever else the rest of the group wants to do, I guess. That is to you, Vashnir. Just in case nobody knew that. It is also not worm as in, like, earthworm digging through the ground thing. It's worm as in the things that are dragons without wings and legs.
We really do run into a lot of dragons, don't we?
You're very far away at this point in time. Shut up.
Cool. I can't say that.
I guess
You were very
I'll,
far away. Shut up. I fucking love that. So what do you think,
Okay.
Vashnir? It'll probably be our second most difficult fight ever. But I think if we do it, it's going to be real good for us and the plan I was putting forward this morning.
What's the plan?
Become good friends with Attica. Have access to any gestures around, all of this and more, whenever we want / need it. And I don't think dealing with their Gith-Yankee problem is going to be quite enough to get us to that point. There's a reason I picked the long and drawn out path, because that's going to have more stops, more places for us to be, more places for us to get new things, and more places for us to occur more points in our favor.
Yeah, we can go talk to the captain about that. Or talk to the other guys and see what they want to do as well.
I would say let's confer with the party, see if we're even going to want to do that, and go from there. And I think you said Peon is here as well, Eric, right?
No, Peon is off in a farmstead.
So
Vashnir knows where he is, though.
Okay, so it's just me and Vashnir right now. Okay. let's confer with them, see what they're doing. If they're doing anything, we'll wait and just have them meet us back at the place. I kind of want to visit some kind of weapon enchanting shop or magic weapon shop or some sort like that. See if I can get something a little different than what I have. But other than that, I'm fine with gear. I don't need anything. So all I wanted to do was find out something we could do to occur favor. Because in an area that doesn't deal with money, you can't buy your problems away with money. But what you can do, because everybody has a price, favors.
Might as well, right?
Always a good idea. The more people that owe you a favor, the better off you are in the long run. But anyway, let's go find out what they're doing.
Oh, he was at the farm, but
What is he doing at a farm? Never mind, he's a druid, it's fine.
exactly. I'm gonna go find Peon. My back hurts.
You know where he is. You find him.
Relay
Hey, bud.
information, because I don't want to say it again, unless Vashnier wants to say it again.
I want to fight a worm.
Fair.
Sounds like fun.
Explain to him what a worm is.
Sounds slightly less fun.
Less worm, more worm. Think dragon, not earthworm.
I do like dragons. They are cool. They're scary. They're big. They have big wings. They go floof floof.
Don't you still have your two-headed dragon,
Yes,
Vash?
I do. It's on the ship. Bartmus is on the ship.
In his current form, he does not like this climate.
Well, I guess that's 3 of the 4. We gotta talk to one more guy then.
Who's with you? Where'd you go?
He wasn't with me. We separated off as soon as we left the place. He went to the magic shop. I don't know if he's still there or not.
I'm gonna go find him there. Let's go look over there and see if he is.
As we leave, Eric, I would like to use plant growth to make the farm do things.
Okay.
Sure you don't use wild magic?
No.
Don't think he's a wild magic druid.
Oh,
God, I hope not.
Big reveal has been a sorcerer the entire time. But okay, as you cast plant growth as you're leaving, and I'm assuming you've probably been doing that the entirety of the time you've been there almost, you can see some of the things that they've planted begin to sprout and leaf and do other plant things.
They are photosynthesizing. It's fine.
Peon does a little clap with his hands and then continues to walk away. The others.
Okay.
To the magic shop.
Find the
But it's not
crafting
how
area.
photosynthesis works, but it is how photosynthesis works.
Find the crafting area, and you eventually find Jodak hard at work.
I'm very, very unsure of how this works with all of the, what did you call it, Magitech stuff? I don't understand how any of that works, so that's kind of weird.
Well, from what you've described, very poorly. But physical armament should take it well.
Armaments like armor, weapons, simple weapons, martial weapons, all those cold stuff works fine.
Hey,
Oh, what's up?
we're gonna fight a worm. You
How
in?
are you doing? I'm assuming you're not talking about one of those little.
God damn it! Why does everybody
that
think
works.
worms? Dragon with no wings and legs.
Why are we fighting one?
I want a new armor.
That.
Fair enough. All right.
Because I'm not going to say in front of somebody that I want brownie points. That's a bad idea. Then you lose brownie points.
Just to say here, you're signing up for a pretty damn proactive, like, long combat if this actually takes.
Yeah. That's why we're going to not do it this campaign and or not this session and do it next session. This is the shopping session.
The shopping's almost
This is
over.
our beach episode.
I'm not doing any
Then
shopping.
you guys aren't beachy.
Which means there's 3 hours left where we have to fill something in.
Well, I was actually gonna look to get something made if they don't have it already.
See. You in or
Do we
out?
have time to get something made? Oh, yeah, sure. I guess.
That's why we're getting an extension. Because we're not going to have... We're leaving tomorrow morning. We're not going to have the time to... Yeah, we're not going to have the time to fight the worm. So we're gonna try to get an extension, see if we can.
Did you already talk to the captain about this, or do we need to go tell him now?
That's how I found out we're leaving tomorrow morning.
He went and spoke to the captain about tomorrow morning, and then we came to make sure that everybody's okay with doing the thing before we went and asked to do the thing. Makes sense. Sorry, I totally cut you off there, Vashni.
Oh, you're fine.
Sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
If you're gonna have your group do a thing, you ask the group if they want to do the thing before you go tell other people your group is going to do the thing, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It would probably shouldn't tell them you're going to do something that you're not planning on doing.
Or that the group will just absolutely adamantly deny doing. Because now you've given your word that you're going to do a thing, and you won't be able to complete that mission. That's just not a good idea. Anyway, you almost done here? What are you even doing here?
Oh, I decided to come teach about the rune crafting stuff here.
Yeah.
Why not?
Fair.
I figured
Fair
some
enough.
people might have some fun with it.
Speaking
Word
of
hadn't
which,
got here yet.
I don't know your name, enchanter person, but is there a place that I can't say sell, gives away gems? Is that the right terminology?
If there's a surplus, but most are tied into other things, and with what this young man is teaching me here, they're unlikely to be tied into even more things.
Fair. So if we want another excess of gems, we're going to have to go back into the mines and find geodes. Ugh.
Or wait at the top, wait for them to bring some more.
No, I don't want to take the mine stuff that's a supply for the people here. I want to, if I'm going to do it, get my own. It's fine. Well, are you almost done teaching them what we're doing, or?
No.
I think Eric said no.
Very extensive. This was gonna take a while.
Fair
I
enough.
think I
We'll
finished
go.
about half of what I know.
No.
Quarter.
We'll talk later.
Fair enough. But since it seems everyone's on board with fighting the worm, we're gonna go talk to the captain about seeing if we can get an extension. And then we'll figure out what to do from there, because we're probably going to want to get prepared, because they keep saying it's in the deep sands, and I don't like the word that they use for that. This place is hot enough. I don't want to go out into a fucking desert.
We just follow the tunnels back that we.
That's what I thought. But that also seemed to have complications, but I don't know. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We know what we're doing. I guess Bashir and I will go talk to the thing, and if Peon, if you're not done doing what you were doing at the farm thing, you're freely welcome to go do that more if you want.
I will make more trees.
I know plant
that
growth
sounds-
has a thing that like increases the longer time you spend casting the spell or something like that, right? Got one of those little additional things in it, doesn't it?
What level is plant growth?
I'm not a druid.
It's level 3. And yes, the longer I do it, the better it is, essentially.
Okay, does it? What's the one that you might be able to reach in a day?
If you cast a spell over 8 hours, you enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius set on a point within range become enriched for 1 year. Yield double the amount of food as normal.
Dick. Because you totally have that much time because he's teaching.
Sick. That's what I'll do then.
Half-mile radius, so everything in that mile. Holy shit.
Druids, man. They're real good. Not so much in combat, but real good.
I make plant.
Leon gets back to doing that. Dodak is teaching. Dory and
double check, make sure
Vashnir
no one else
return
needs to be
to
taught.
the ship.
Do you want to tell him or do I?
I'll tell him.
Go for it.
This one's gonna be an in character.
Yes.
We were. I was informed there's a high rise in the lands.
Say again?
You're
I was informed there's a worm plaguing these lands. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we've heard it mentioned, but it seems to be relatively staying away from the settlement. Why?
we just killed its food source.
As in all of it, or just one that you found, or
As in, like, I think the biggest one that it was eating from.
old
I think.
claim given the things that live out in the sands? Regardless, what does this worm have to do with what you're doing here?
Well, we figured we could take care of it for you.
You're volunteering to go and fight a great one.
Sure. Can't be no worse than the Guardian.
Recognize what you're volunteering for, correct?
Pain and suffering and hardships, which is pretty much everything we do in every moment and every day. Yes.
Well, as an attempt to be official, I have to inform you that we are on a bit of a deadline for your actual quest. The sooner that gets done, the less incursions happen. Taking time away from that would risk more individuals getting hurt back on the material plane. So are you sure you wish to go after this worm?
Can we come back? If all comes, like, if push comes to shove, can we come back and deal with it?
Eventually, perhaps, but I can make no guarantee as Sea of Stars is finicky.
Hmm. What do you think, Vash? 3 days? At most?
Possibly.
Would set the timeline back, but Band of Iron wishes to go to prove itself. I guess I shouldn't stand in its way.
I'll be... Bastion, should I be frank?
Yeah, go ahead.
We want to make friends. Good friends. And one of the best ways to do that, and the type of society that you are a part of, is to do favors, do good or more or less good deeds, help out, do whatever we can. That's what we're attempting to do. We'd rather be very good friends with you and your people than, at best, neutral. Hell, we damn sure don't want to be enemies. Be counterintuitive. To be honest, having access to the things that you have access to would be a great help to all of us. Speaking of my party, not all of the dwarves. Yeah, I'm sure the dwarves could make use of it, but I don't think that's what you want to do right now. Make sense?
Their minds are set on fighting this. On top of the later confrontation you're set to have at your actual destination. This will mean that we're going to have to take a more direct route. So the gods only know what we would run into in the sea of stars during that time. We will be skipping some outposts along the way. To make up for lost time, of course.
God damn it, Thaddeus. If Vashtir is fine with that, I'm fine with it.
You're all right.
At the same time, I think if we stop at every outpost along the way, it'll also accrue us the same amount of favor in this regard, would it not?
I am honestly attempting to ignore your somewhat word that means brash, but is a little bit more insulting. Claims of reasonings as to why it is you're doing this, but this outpost could use some assistance, and I'm not opposed to the idea.
Honest to God, it is just to help. We do want to be friends with you and your people. Whether that is for selfish gain or whatever, it is still a fact.
I'm aware.
Fair enough. Ultimately, the decision's yours, Vash. Do you want to kill the worm, or do you want to continue as we're going? I think we can handle the worm in a relatively quick amount of time.
Everything we can handle in a quick amount of time. I don't see why not.
I had a whole thing planned. You were going to be arriving somewhere whenever they were having a festival, but if you want fire and blood it is. Alright. Let's just throw that in an incinerator. And... Alright. Jasker will...
Side quest.
We were going to have a festival? What?
You heard those papers go flying across the room.
No, I didn't actually.
They made a noise.
Back out. Here's my decision.
Nope.
Please.
Nope, you're stuck in now.
A side quest.
Too bad.
Side
We
quest.
got more later.
I will get a squad together. You're not going out there alone. And besides, more blades will make it go quicker.
Fair enough.
And they will begin to walk away and then stop for a moment and go, when exactly is it that you're planning on heading out into the sands?
Tomorrow morning, if you're willing to hold off for a little while.
Right. I'll inform them. I'm sure they won't be very happy about this because sands suck, but
We do have a carpet capable of holding a lot of people.
not as many as we're bringing along.
Fair enough.
Scouting purposes, it'll be great, but when it comes time for violence, we want what I'm gonna grab.
Understood.
And then they will head off.
Do
I'm
keep in
going
mind
to
there,
go.
Weird.
Grab my collection of papers I threw aside and bit of theatrics.
Do keep in mind, Eric. Damn it.
I mean, there's
Nerd.
still a chance. Still a chance we can go on our side quest.
Have other side quests. We got a real
What?
big side quest coming up with Valen.
But these are Attica side quests.
It'll be fine.
No
Okay.
one's done anything with Attica yet. Attica side quests are different.
We're gonna be doing a whole lot more.
Mom said it's
Trust
my
me.
turn with the side quest.
Well, what do you want to do?
Whenever you want to go on a side quest, you just let us know and we'll go for it.
That's what this whole trip is. It's all one big side quest.
Oh no.
Make a forest. That's my side.
Okay.
The dealing with the Gith is a big main fucking quest. That's the whole fucking point of the goddamn campaign.
It's not while we're in the city. The city thing that we're in is just one big side quest.
The city we're in is one big side quest, yes. And every other city we would come across would be one big side quest, yes. But
Cities need more side quests.
one big side quest is equal to tons of little side quests.
No.
Yes.
No.
You get more out of a big side quest than you do a little side quest.
Quantity over quality with side quests. Do all the side quests.
Well, you always do all the side quests
side quests.
you have access to, but we don't have access to the festival anymore. It's gone now. Anyway.
I regret this immediately.
Made sure to say that we're starting this hunt tomorrow morning because Thaddeus is teaching a motherfucker. And that guy is making a massive fucking area fertile in the desert.
They are druiding.
Truly terrifying amount of land is now fertile in the desert.
The scary fucking creature that I have to stat out now. Why'd you do this to me?
Because I love you.
I'm gonna
said
rip
no
you in half. I've done it before. I'll do it again. You know that's true. A very similar creature.
I also know that character was nowhere near as strong as this one.
Neat. Let me get a crit bite on you with the same amount of biting force and it doesn't matter.
I know, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Done this to yourselves.
Yes! We're fucking insane! Get over it! We're hunting that level, motherfucker! Give it to us!
I'm gonna have to. If you survive. This thing's a motherfucker.
Hey, that's fine. We also have expendables, it's fine. Ow!
Whatever it is you guys want to do, I've got
Yes,
A
Daddy,
lot
so
of
we're fine.
goddamn writing that I have to do now.
Well, that can happen for next time. The hunt happens this time.
Well, the hunt's gonna not be all that much unless you guys want to fight some worms now.
Ow, ow,
Because
ow.
this thing's basically playing Apex Predator. Which is to say, you go into its territory, you don't need to worry about finding it. It's not hiding.
Starting combat this late into the session is not a good idea. We're going to be doing combat this session, and then it'll transfer over into the next session.
It fucking might. Realistically, the only other thing that can happen is you guys stop and interact with the general and his squad, and then that could eat away time, but if you don't do that, it basically has to be combat. Because if we brass tacks you guys searching, it's gonna be searching, somebody makes a check, somebody else makes a check. You probably spend a couple nights out in the sands, and then bing bang, there we go.
Try to fucking...
So the only thing that'll make it not fire and blood this session is vamping and interaction.
Well, I will say this. It's best if we try to vamp as much as possible, guys. Otherwise, we're going to be here until 1 o'clock in the morning. The combat's not going to be over, and we're going to be starting next session in the middle of combat. And we're not going to remember the initiative order, and we're not going to remember what the fuck we were doing, and we're not going to have a good time.
Given that I put everything on a notepad, like the text, like the app notepad, I can actually save it in the state that they are because of how I keep track of initiative and shit. But
well, initiative is fine, but the others are the big things. Like remembering what we were doing, where we were, what we used, how we were doing that thing.
also, I'd hate for a session to start and then I crit a poor motherfucker and deal 3,000 damage. And then you just sit there and be dead for the remainder
of the session.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I feel like that's aimed at me somehow.
No, it's
No.
absolutely aimed at me because he did that to me.
No.
This other, the other part of this side quest that you maybe aren't going to get to go to is I had a big. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I might. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Does that make a lot of sense? No, but at the same time, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck this. Fuck the festival. We got other shit to do. Y'all will be fine. Sandboxes are fun. So, let's bring it back to proper game time now that I've had time to think about what the fuck it is I'm supposed to do since you guys are going fire and blood. I say fire and blood not to reference the series, but simply because it's a firework.
Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, motherfucker.
You're gonna need some space marines.
We have some! They're right there!
They aren't from space.
Doesn't matter, they're still space marines, because space marines aren't from space either!
They lack the
They're from
genetic
Terra.
modification. Alright, so. Where the fuck were we? You guys were confirming that you wanted to do this and then telling your party members that, which I'm assuming basically was just, yeah, okay, sure, I'm gonna keep doing my shit for both of you. And then you're overnighting here again, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
I want to make sure my egg stuff is done.
Jodak, do you have, or not Jodak, Pion, do you have anything in particular? Because I know Jodak does.
Not that I can think of, so no.
Alright.
I have something.
Well, yeah, I told you, you get an item from the play case.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Gonna slap you. Do you remember what the 3 items were?
One was a ring, one was a quarterstaff looking thing with mechanical parts on both ends, one was a necklace type thing.
Hey, you got it.
Look at
He's a
that.
magic item from the display case, and I remembered. Before you said that, I forgot all about
He
it.
remembered all the things he needed to remember. Yay!
So after you get done imparting this ancient knowledge onto this individual, they get in character. They will look up and go, "Thanks for that. I imagine it can actually be put to some a myriad of useless. I'll try to keep your notes in relatively organized manner."
His
Yes,
voice
voice in
suddenly
your head.
changed.
Yes, that happens. It's like the person that voices him had a hard reset. And also voices 80 characters, so fuck you. It's not that difficult when you're doing to voice one guy. When you're like all of them, fuck it.
Sounded more old and decrepit last time. And slightly crazy.
I'm going to assume Medina has a snack bag.
I'm going to assume Medina's mic is dying. Because that sounds like static, less snack.
What's up?
And he's back like nothing happened. What the fuck?
I think your mic was hitting something or something was going on. But anyway. Yes, Doc. I'm trying to talk. Thanks for that. I imagine that'll be used for a myriad of uses. The reset's still... I'm formulating your guy's adventure. There's only so much processing power in my tiny meat brain. Alright? I'm having to incorporate multiple quest lines now. It's a little more difficult.
I'm dizzy.
It's real. This is what this is. The only difference is I pull back the curtain and show you how dirty it really is. Take 3. Thanks for all of that. I'm sure it'll be useful in a myriad of uses. As I said before, I have a few items I'm particularly proud of, but normally they actually have the power extent to where I can charge a token for them, but I'll take your lesson in exchange for one of those. If you could pick the one you want, and then I shall explain it.
And if you don't mind me asking, what exactly does that ring do?
Maybe I
Ring
should
looks
explain it in a different way.
special.
I think that for no particular reason, you should make your choice first, and then I'll say what then.
Understood. Let me think for half a second while I think about what would be most
One.
useful: a ring, a necklace, or
2,
a quarterstaff looking thing.
3.
One of your friends could use a melee upgrade.
This isn't for my friend. This is for me.
Selfish!
You have no idea what he picked up from the Guardian fight. He doesn't need a melee upgrade.
I know, that's why I said he was selfish.
I decided to go share the knowledge. You could have gone and done it yourself.
I don't need a melee upgrade either!
No, you don't. I'm still sticking with the ring. Oh, that's me cutting out.
The ring.
I think Eric's gonna kill you, Thaddeus.
The ring was the one I was the most wishy-washy on. I know what the other two do.
He's gonna kill you!
Yeah, like what?
Sleep on it. Its effects will reveal themselves to you in time. Do you have an open attunement slot?
No.
No.
Alright, then I'll see what non-attunement effect I can grant thee.
That's
Just get
gonna
rid of
be
this
shit.
one attunement item because I don't really use it for its attunement stuff. I probably should keep it on it.
What?
What?
I said I could just get rid of this one attunement item and then replace it with whatever this ring is. But I don't really use this for its attuned effect often. But I also don't want to do that because it could be useful.
Do you want to keep it attunement or not in case you want to give it to somebody else and or replace something?
Yes, keep it attunement just in case.
All right. I will formulate. Again, the ring was the one thing I really didn't know what it did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's probably part of it. That's attunement. Yes, good. Okay. Well, that'll reveal itself later. Are you
Noted.
heading into the common house for the night? Why did I open Google?
Why did you go into Google?
I don't know.
Why would you open Google?
I don't know.
Well, I have nothing better to do. I might as well head to the common house. Get some rest before we have to go fight a worm.
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 Got another one in you?
Just a worm.
Just a worm. That's all it is. Just a worm.
We have a
One or
few.
four.
You're the one who gave us this. This is your
Listen.
fault.
No, it is not my fault. I simply look into the thing and see what is there and relay information.
You gave the combat party an option for combat. What do you expect?
I'm fault, man.
Tell me you expected something else.
I'm not.
Tell me.
It's just, it was there.
Tell me you expected something else, and I'll tell you you're full of shit. Oh, God.
Writing what ring does.
Oh, my God.
Typing so quickly.
So how'd teaching go?
There you go. Nobody vamped. Just had to sit there and complain. He only started at the end whenever I was already set to complain about it.
Well, I had to let you complain. It's fine.
You can keep that or give it to somebody else.
Teaching was boring. Then why'd you do it?
Ah, it was rewarding.
How?
Teaching's always
Now we
boring,
have
though.
one.
Actually,
Now we have one less place that we know exists, where gyms will be readily available.
you would have come here eventually. Plus, people give stuff away for free here. It means they might make something fantastic and just give it away.
Well, at the very least, did you get anything useful?
Quiet, I'm drawing shoes.
got-
Alright, cool.
I got something. I don't know if I know what it does, though, yet.
Yeah, you do. You figured it out. As you were fiddling with the ring,
what it
eventually you uncovered a little secret, like, sliding compartment in it, and inside was a little note scroll that, as you unrolled it, told you what it did.
I would use this anyway. I can't call him a shopkeeper, can I?
No,
I'm
the
just gonna call him a
craftsman.
magic crafter. The
The
crafter.
craftsman.
Give me this little ring here. That's my reward. I
Okay.
was especially proud of it.
Okay. And it does.
Unless you cast a spell a couple times per day.
It does it hold a spell, or does it just? Is it just a spell thing?
It's mostly a spell thing. There's another thing it could do, but I don't know how to explain what it does.
You understand the concept of what an attunement slot is. Because even
Right.
something
Yeah.
dealing a d6 of damage and someone being a level 5, due to the nature of the world, you have to have in-universe explanations for these things because they're real things in your world.
Bound items would be the best way to explain attuned items. Items that are bound to you in some way.
All right, then it lets you bind or attune to 3 extra items and cast
Huh.
Scorching Ray, which I think is a spell wizards usually use at like 5th level, 3 times per day.
5th level
I think
Scorching
it's pretty
Ray?
useful.
Hmm.
It means you fire out like 7 rays, I think.
It's 2
No,
rays
5th level.
per it's 2 rays per spell level above 3rd or 2nd or whatever the fuck Scorching Ray is.
That's 9 rays. Cool.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
How do you have
You start with
9?
3.
Oh,
You start with
3.
3.
Yeah, you do
and
start with
3
3. You're
levels.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. My brain. I forgot you
typically
started with
cast
3.
spells. So I don't really need this.
I don't use spells. I look at Peon. He uses a lot of spells, don't you, Peon?
That is about all I do, yes.
Would you like more spell?
Just add another one to your repertoire.
I do like spells.
Scorching Ray is at base, which is 2nd level, 3 rays, and then 1 more per additional thing.
One
So
more?
that would
Okay, my
be
bad.
3, and then 3rd would be 4th, 4th would be 5, and 5th would be
6.
6.
Yeah. My bad.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, no, it's still a lot.
That's a lot of fire.
I thought it was 2.
Still a lot of fire.
A lot of fire.
And if he gets one of the wizard things, he can change the element on it.
And it also increases your attunement slots.
By an additional 3, apparently.
Functionally 2, but yeah.
Very good.
With this one counting, it's a free item. Because it still takes an attunement slot, but it gives you 3 more, which means it gives you 2 more.
Yes.
So essentially, I have 6 attunement slots now.
Yes. If you decide to attune to this thing. That Jodak has given ancient and forbidden knowledge in exchange for.
Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
That said, functionally useless for the fight you're heading into. But you know, it's what he had.
Useful later.
When we go to the ice place with ice people, then you'd be very useful.
Peon, you're not capable of wielding anything that has metal on it, right? Like, I think I've heard that about druids, right?
I mean, some druids do that. I personally don't do that. Metal is part of nature itself, is it not?
I guess?
Kind
Huh.
You vividly recall hitting a rock with a pickaxe in order to retrieve metal from the earth.
That I do.
I want to be able to give you something that you not only can use, but will help you later. Like, no offense to you, your spells are great, and like your secondary abilities there are amazing. But if something is in your face and you have a stick to whack it with, that's only gonna hurt you in the long run, I feel. But I don't know what I can do at this stage to help out with that. Because I don't have anything on my person.
Normally just turn into big animal if something's in my face.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
I have several daggers and some swords and stuff.
Metal, bud.
He said he didn't particularly care about it.
He said he doesn't use it.
No, I say I don't care about it.
Oh, fair.
I also have my poison gauntlet. Do you want to give that up? No. No, I don't.
You, I think, have 2 poison gauntlets. Because Kieran didn't need his.
No, Kieran kept his as a memento.
Did he? Oh, yeah, he did. You're right. You're right. I remember. Don't worry. How many vials do you have, Jodak? Of the poison, sorry. Brain.
Poison? I have let's see, 1 left, I think.
I'm at
Double check.
3. Did we bring any extras? Did we bring anybody that can harvest from our wyverns that we brought with us?
We bring our wyverns with us.
Oh, we did.
Don't
Could've sworn
believe we did.
Did we not? Fuck.
Like, I know Bartimus is there. I don't know about the wyvern one. Actually, no, wait. They might be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them are.
Mine and Thaddeus's are here because we flew them with Bartimus one time.
We were talking about giving Peon a flying lesson.
It's also been a minute, and I sometimes forget things.
No, that's fine. Did we bring anybody who wrangles? I think we would have brought with the orcs that know how to wrangle it, right?
Negative. On this trip, it is just you guys. There was a limit information thing going on.
Fair. Do we know how to
know or can figure out how to milk a wyvern? That doesn't sound too hard.
Given that they are wild animals, we fuck up. That poison's gonna be in our veins.
They're domesticated insofar as a pet tiger would be.
Yeah. Piss it off and it's still gonna eat you. That's
Wouldn't be the first time I've been injected with wyvern venom. That's all I'm gonna say.
This particular wyvern venom?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good for you, but we need to restock, because if you only have 1, I only have 3, and I don't think that's going to be enough, to be honest. I also want to try to find someone who can make a mechanical thing that will allow me that every time I sheath my swords, when I unsheath it, it has poison on it. That sounds extremely beneficial when we have this, for lack of a better term, amazing venom at our disposal.
I've made one of those sheaths before in a different game.
I know.
I don't remember if I stole the idea or came up with it.
You came up with it because it was in my campaign, I believe.
I don't remember.
It was a very long time ago. But I want to try to find someone capable of doing that, but I don't know if anybody here is going to be capable of doing it.
Walking around, you haven't really found a machinist here.
Yeah, that's fair. But that can happen later, I guess. We need to restock on poison. Fascinating, did you grab any? I don't remember. Fascinating, you're muted.
He may be busy.
Fair.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I grabbed the max amount we were allowed to carry.
Which I think was 5?
Mm-hmm.
So you have 5 still? Correct?
I should have 5.
Okay. Making sure. You're good.
At least 4 vials of poison already? Oh.
Yeah. You used 3 in that fire salamander fight.
It does a lot of damage, but y'all use it prolifically.
And I think it's going to come in real good handy against the fireworm.
It's gonna come in real good handy against most organic matter.
Well, I'm just saying because of the cold damage. Like, I'm tempted to keep using the greatsword because it's pure cold damage. But at the same time, my short sword combo is devastating. And technically does more damage. Anyway,
Yeah, because you haven't inscribed the big guy.
Yet. Because I'm not capable of wielding the big guy as effectively as I am the other ones. I have no strength. Zip, zilch, nada. But in all honesty, if we are going to try to do that, we need to get on it, because you having as little as you have, and me having what I have, we need more. I guess I say that and sit in silence.
Fair enough. How much time do we have before we have to go hunt for this worm? Couple
Tomorrow
hours?
morning is when we're leaving.
What time is it now? Somewhere in the evening.
Yeah.
Early evening, mid-evening, late evening.
Later evening, there was a entire druid session that had to happen, and
Fair.
Jodak spent his entire day going over ancient esoteric knowledge. Which is kind of quite a lot.
Fair. So,
I may or may not have a little bit of time to go milk a wyvern.
we may have barely enough time to go attempt. If we don't have any in shall we say, storage. But I don't know why we would at this point.
Somebody wants to go take some empty vials and pray to their favorite god.
I mean, I'll give Jodak the help action. Yes, I'm conscripting you. Go do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do it anyway.
We need this stuff.
I'm not gonna let anyone else touch my wyvern. No, of course not.
Well, you're touching both of the wyverns. And I'm helping you.
Right.
Because you have that nifty little... I'm going to add a D6.
You're right. I do have that thing for if I fail. I
You
forgot about it.
dumb bitch!
Look,
It's
I have
one
a
of the
lot of
most
things.
helpful things that you have fucking had on a character, and you never fucking remember to use it.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna use my augury. It's a smart idea to go fight this one.
It's gonna be wheel and woe. Because I heard what you were gonna ask. It's gonna be wheel and woe.
Doesn't hurt to double check.
Okay.
Have you seen the Ziba Shoe video over augury?
Ziba shoe?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I don't know who they are.
probably a while ago.
Person that makes the animated spellbook things. They talked about augury, and they basically said, yeah, your DM can be cagey, they can just give you wheel and woe all the fucking time, because that's basically what it's gonna be, or they can just give you a snarky look from over the DM screen. I believe this time I'm going to advocate for snarky look.
There. Okay. I will accept this.
I don't know if that means wheel or woe or both.
It means yes.
That's not an answer applicable to this situation.
Yes.
Yes. That's fine.
Sounds like it's time to go milk some wyverns.
Go do it.
I'm gonna go do that.
All right, so Jodak is heading back to the ship to where they have kind of put together an area for
Wait, sorry.
your wyverns and Artemis to reside.
Internet's dying again. Stupid internet.
I'm waiting on Jodak to do something. Yes, question. Did I not hear it?
No, I didn't ask a question. I didn't say anything. You just said reside and then stop. And
Well,
I thought there was more to that
That's
sentence.
where you went to.
Well, Midori is
Oh.
also going to give the help action, just in case you didn't hear that part.
Okay, so
Is anyone stopping me or, blocking the way or, just taking track of who enters and exits?
they're watching in abstract curiosity.
Well, if they don't really care much, I might as well get going. I just say nothing to anyone.
Okay, well,
After I
Tadori
make
is
sure people don't try to kill my wyvern.
attempting to calm and stabilize them as much as humanly possible. And I need you to make an animal handling check. You do have advantage because Tadori's helping. Starting on your wyvern or his?
Starting on his wyvern,
Okay.
because Tadori is helping to
Just want
do
to know
things
because
and
it does
stuff.
affect the DC.
Cool. It's just animal handling.
Yeah. I have advantage because helping.
I have a 16.
Okay.
Can I use my die?
Sure. I'll turn it from a partial success into possibly a major success.
Bumps it up to 22.
That's the number I was looking for. Alright. It takes some doing. She's not exactly helpful. And by the end of this, you manage to get 2 doses of venom, and you count yourself lucky.
Yay. 2 doses of venom.
And then it seems as though you really can't get them to calm down enough to get this anymore out.
In that case, I need to go on to my own wyvern.
Huh?
And try it again. My own wyvern might like me more. Who knows? They've dealt with me for much longer, right?
Natural.
Right?
You can't roll those.
I hope I get a natural one.
Double natural one. Because I
Uh,
forget
no,
he's a
that's-
halfling that actually uses that shit. Triple natural one.
Well, you're still forgetting that he's a halfling and can literally cannot roll natural ones.
That's what the 3 is for.
It doesn't matter.
Now you have to use
That's
the
the way-
reroll.
Or
Do you have to use the halfling
advantage?
reroll?
Yes.
Yes, you have advantage.
Yeah.
The whole point of me being here is to have you get advantage.
Okay. My own wyvern likes me more. A natural 20 for a 21.
Okay. It's a
And I
significant.
used a die.
I was just gonna give it off of your crit, but then again, your 21 is lower than 22, so you probably should. Because critical ability checks really aren't a thing.
They are not.
That pops it up to a 23.
Okay. With the lower DC, here's what happens. You go over to your wyvern and you begin to coax it, and it's a little awkward, but you got most of that out of the way on the kind of still raging a bit other one over there. And with this one, you managed to get 3 doses out of it. And then you managed to get away without feeling like you're gonna get damned.
I'm
It's a
going to
good
attempt to
wyvern.
calm mine
Very good
down a little
wyvern.
bit and say that I'm sorry and all that stuff.
Animal hand.
Okay. $18 total.
Some fire
You are
salamander
not
flesh.
envenomated.
Okay.
Go over there and
So
pat
they
it a
don't
bit,
calm
and it
down.
kind of chills.
Okay. I'm sorry, we needed it.
Outside of the invasive thing that just happened, it looks like it really doesn't like the hot.
I know you don't like the hot. I'll try to do something about it soon.
Also, you. Yeah, let's spend an extra 4 days here.
Are our cloaks and stuff done?
Not quite.
Not quite. Cool.
Because this is still the
I
night
knew they were
before.
on- I just knew they were on rush order. I didn't know when they would be finished.
I know.
Or they'd be finished before we go on this mission that we're going on.
Very possibly might be.
In which case, if it is, I really should give my wyvern my little less hot amulet. So, it's not
You know the
smell
cloak
salty.
doesn't. You know the cloak doesn't help with hot climates, right?
You're right. It's cold climates.
Yeah, but I am gonna
That's
give.
that.
I remember now that I have that amulet. I am gonna give my wyvern the amulet as best I can.
You take it off, and it's like stepping outside in a brisk 103-degree day.
I am a good pet owner. I will suffer in the heat. I am not going to make my pet suffer in the heat, especially when it is in tune to cold climates and I am not. I'm going to make sure it's not dying in the heat.
It's still upset, but it might be less upset going forward.
That's fine.
Now I feel just that's the left out isn't the word. What's the word I want to use?
Attacked?
Alienated. So I feel like I'd have to do the same. I'll deal with the heat for now.
Take the amulet off, it sucks all of a sudden. Like a lot.
How many we get total? You got 3 and 2. You need 4. So I get
Is that
1
full
vial.
giveaway?
What? No? What? 3 and 2 equals 5. You need 4, so there's 1 to
Yeah,
give
that's kind of my
away.
total. You're right. So I'll give you 1. I brought myself up to 5.
Yeah, because
So
I
you
don't
get
know if
4 and 5.
I don't know if Peon has anything that he can put this stuff on, and Vashnir still has a full 5.
Puts it on his
You put it on the
quarterstaff,
claws
shoves
of
it in
its
their mouth.
worlds.
Yeah. He also has a lot of magic, so I think he's covered on that front.
Yeah. Probably.
Restocking done. Go back home. Now hating life because I am blistering hot.
See if Magic Crafter's still open. See if they have extra amulets I can go take.
After that thing, it is well and truly nighttime.
Wait till the morning. Go check before we leave.
Head back to the common house. Sleep the night through. It is now the next day.
I have to ask, any penalties for sleeping in the sweltering heat
It's hot,
without our
but you're
protective
not
amulets?
in an area for that to affect you at this point in time.
Fair enough. I think I'm going to take a page out of Thaddeus's book, and as soon as I wake up in the morning, attempt to go get another amulet. I will lie and say mine broke. If need be.
So
We'll tell them
first
by
thing in the
4 p.m.
morning, it looks like both of you are heading to the crafting district. Anybody else doing anything? So that I can say I have asked.
Peon is good.
All right. Heading over there, they do have a couple extra, and they are curious as to what happened to your other ones.
I have an
Basically-
Isaac Tune Wyvern, and they don't like the heat at all.
Gave it to something that needed it. Yeah, okay, sure. There's a
Yeah.
couple more.
You wouldn't happen to have any like death warding jewelry or anything like that, would you?
That's a more militaristic thing than I normally play with.
I can double check just in case.
Oh yeah, that is something we went into the last fight with that we're not going into this fight with. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Give you a nod.
Appreciate it.
Suddenly paused there, thinking of something else to say. No. I'm just getting going.
Just for the sake of brevity, somebody goes and checks on your various crafting things. They have both been completed. And
Whoa.
you put the eggs in this and these newly acquired cloaks wherever it is you want to be putting them. With the eggs inside of their incubators. Probably still in the engine.
Yes, put the eggs in the incubators in the engine, and
Well, you don't get to go in the engine. You give it to somebody else who takes it into the engine.
sure. And put the cloak right now, because I don't think it'd be a good idea to put the cloak that keeps you warm on in the place that's really warm.
You hold it out, it has the little bitty heat lines just like coming off of it.
Yeah, that's even hotter than it already is. No, we'll put that in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a name for these?
Well, question one, what is it?
It's a cloak that keeps you warm.
Made of?
Salamander skin.
So would you call it a fire salamander cloak?
Yes.
Keep it simple.
I called it a warm cloak.
I would call it
That's right.
Greg, but that's just me.
No, the mimic cloak is in the other party. And it doesn't have a name. Because there are great injustices in this world. Fucking thing turned into a hang glider when it needed it to. No name. Okay, it's gonna drink him one.
You know you're being recorded, and then they are probably watching, right?
The threat stands.
Oh.
Anything else in town?
I don't know if we're able to get away with anything else in town. I think the captain's gonna come by and go, "Hey, it's time to go."
Well, they're already waiting at the end of the crafting district. I just needed to know if you guys were doing anything.
I have my cold amulet. I have my warm cloak. I have all my gear ready to go. I'm re-upped on my poison at least a little bit. I can't probably talk the captain into giving us another death amulet, so yeah,
But it doesn't hurt to try.
you go for it then.
I will go ahead and go for it. After I figure out how to spell amulet.
Amulet.
I was spelling it right. It looks weird. Cool.
Alright, just for the sake of it, let's do it this way. You gather your party together, and as you are venturing toward the outskirts of the crafting district, you meet up with the captain, who has probably about 6 guys alongside him. They all seem to be the heavier combat sort. Most of their armor is the red and gold style, but there are a couple in there with the red and black, or black and red style of armaments.
Tadori doesn't know what the fuck that means.
Irrelevant.
I feel like I missed something important.
Well, you did get the information on what the uniforms meant whenever you were stopped from falling overboard in the Sea of Stars the first time you went there, because you tried to poke it with a stick.
Well, it's
I
stars.
believe that's whenever I get there. I may not have. There. I don't remember. Sometimes I just say inside my own head. As you're approaching the group, though, one of them will get out a handful of amulets and toss them in your direction. Grabbing them, you can see it's a death ward for each of you.
Thank you. I was just about to go ask about these.
Use them while we've got them.
Are you gonna run out anytime soon?
Shouldn't, unless we get, ambushed or something along the way.
Well, then I agree. Use them while we got them.
So are any of you particularly adept with deserts or navigating and pathfinding?
Navigating and pathfinding? No. Hot climates? Yes.
Deserts, not really. Past fighting, kind of.
I'm good at coming back, not getting there.
Alright. It kinda sounds like I should just have Niflet over here do it. Take point. And one of the black-suited ones will start heading in a direction. I'm assuming everyone follows.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No,
Oh, where are you going?
I'm following
Okay.
Tadori. Hey,
Why are you following me? Why are you being weird?
I don't know. I'm being facetious.
Okay.
You know what? What? Okay.
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 Yep, okay.
Not okay.
Okay.
This goes back to that thing I said before, where now it's up to all of you to take time, otherwise it's just going to be somebody makes a couple checks, and then get the roll on the encounter table until you guys find a thing.
Okay. You said there was what kind of armor groups again?
There are, I believe it's at 6 additional individuals, 5 additional individuals. Was it 6 total, or 6 plus the captain that I just said?
I think it was 6 plus the captain? I don't remember.
Yes? Always rewind it back in the VOD and go look at it.
Unless somebody's gonna go do that now, it's kind of late. Because I
Yeah.
physically can't. Because of how that works.
I
He can't
how
because
bad
his
my
internet
internet
doesn't
is?
work.
Yeah, I can't do shit because of how my internet is.
Okay, so yeah, let's say it's 6 total and then the captain.
Sounds good to
So
me.
there are 3 of the black suit, 3 of the red suits.
3 of the black suits, 3 of the red suits. Okay. And
One
would
of the
I have
black
any
suits is the one that's pathfinding for everybody.
would I have any inkling that the red suits are the higher ups and the black suits are the lower?
Well, the captain is wearing a black one, and you've heard him described as a general.
Fair.
Oh, so it's like enlisted versus officers.
So there's officers and then there's just regular bitches. Oh yeah. I'm torn between Tadori being a nice guy and being the arrogant ass that he is.
So it's just nice guy.
Because Tadori can be a nice guy, but he is an arrogant ass.
Well, those are the people that are often nice.
How the... Are you trying to call me out?
No, I'm saying nice is bullshit.
Oh, kind then. Sorry. Mm.
To do what to do.
First night, Tadori's gonna sit and conversate with
Why are you
the.
gonna wait till nighttime?
Well, I can conversate during, but I was gonna say the first night he's gonna conversate with the.
Well, the difference is when I roll the encounter die, so something may happen in between now and then.
I know. I'm just going backward, telling you what I'm doing.
Well, don't.
Okay,
Start
fine.
from where you currently are. Don't plan for the
Fine.
future, because it may not be there.
Fine. Christ.
I'd roll this
On
die
the
and
walk
have him get
along-
picked up by a rock, fly away, never to be seen again.
Bitch, shut up. On the walk along, I'm gonna speak with the officers and see if they can tell us anything about the fireworm. And during the nighttime, I'm gonna speak with the
You're on the
enlisted.
walk. Let's do it in character.
Okay, I was just trying to help. Sorry. So what can you tell me about these worms?
Going over to one of the black suited individuals.
Yeah, one of the higher ups.
Okay. Probably not the one that's pathfinding, so you are going to go over to a larger bloke. They strike everything in your mind as barbarian type.
Okay.
And ask that, and they will then reply. I've only got the information you have. It's big ass dragon worm thing. Fiery.
Never seen one, never dealt with one before.
Not personally.
Anybody in this group that has?
I don't think so.
Damn. Hoping one of y'all might have some information about it.
A very specific creature.
No, that's fair. It's like asking a random stranger on the road if you ever dealt with a guardian before.
There's also really not a lot of deserts back home, except if you head over to Galadriel's, but don't really.
Galadriel's?
Yeah, they gotten it off to the west.
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's where a portal to my home is. Well, portal, quote unquote, close to my home is.
I assume you're talking about Volute.
I didn't know the name of the town where the portal was. No. Appreciate it.
Now I have to make notes.
So Valude's the town that has the portal to to, from what I understand, what rumors say, the fire area of my home. Do you know anything about that?
Situation report on that was a few years back. By a few, I mean quite a few. Venturing party happened upon something in the basement of some weird thing. And then that opened up a portal to the fiery hellscape. At which point in time, an infernal accord was struck to deal with an abyssal invasion. Now it simply acts as an open window to commerce and other various types of trade.
There was a whole slew of things that just went on in that sentence. Do you know anything else about, like, the people there and how receptive they are? People going in and out of the portal, anything like that?
Haven't been.
Fair enough. Same question as before. Anybody in this party that hasn't been?
General Maeve, I wouldn't count on it though. Niflid might. He's been a lot of places, but he's kind of busy.
Yeah, I'll ask him tonight if need be. When he's not so busy. Oh, do keep in mind, we do still, like, if you want to go inform the rest, or I can if you want me to, we do still have the, flying carpet, if we need to do scouting things if you want us to.
He'll kind of look over himself and the other people. Maximum occupancy on that's a bit much. Scouting things, I'd leave up to them. They'd tell you to go off in a direction to do so, otherwise stay with the group.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for your information. What was your name?
Go by Vestral.
Vestral?
What I said.
Trying to get you to say that, Eric. I'm gonna spell it how it sounds.
Wise. You should do that all the time, regardless of how things are spelled. Because it doesn't matter if you can spell it right. If you look at something and go, where the fuck does that Y come in?
Interlude has fire portal.
Why not strike a new deal to solve the Githyanki problem?
What?
Or open a new portal?
That's what I'm trying to do. Or was before I got conscripted to come and do this. Anyway. Thank you for the, shall we say, conversation, Vestral.
Alright.
I'm gonna see if the general wants any of us, to go do any scouting things with the carpet at all this day.
It wouldn't be the general, it'd be a Niflid. And like I said, they seem busy at the moment. He'll tell us if he wants someone to scout something.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right on, then I guess I'll just stick around. And he just wanders off, giving a wave, I guess. Try to be polite.
The word you're looking for is ingratiating.
That one, sure. Why do I speak Celestial? What?
Because it's a nice thing to have for whenever you really need it.
It's never gonna come up. But I have it.
It can.
I'm probably the only one.
You are not.
Really?
You are.
Yeah, put the say. Anyway, that's all I can vamp. I can't vamp a whole lot.
Not a
That's
whole
all
lot
I
left to talk
got for
about.
now. You can talk about random fucking things. the way I've run Tadori, I think he's only interested in fighting things at the moment.
It is a new day,
Remember, we have to vamp.
which means I get a new augury.
Rolls
Let's
dice.
see. What augury should I want today?
I have a
Hmm.
fucking beautiful way for us to be able to vamp so we don't have to fight this session. Every
on.
fucking one of them gets a fortune.
No.
Yes.
No.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
I very much disagree. Because
Come on.
I want to do this.
It'll pass the time.
Hot, uncomfortable. I'm covered in sand. I don't want to pull out my decks of cards and get them covered in sands too. That would be annoying to deal with.
I have rolled on the random encounter chat. Might I continue, or does someone else have anything for the day?
Continue.
Very well. You lucked out. Your first night goes with relative ease.
What was the scouting dude's name again?
Miffled.
Niflid. I am not even going to try to say it or spell that word. And whenever you're ready, I'll say what I'm doing.
As it is going into nighttime, one of the black-suited ones is going to create a Leomund's Dome over there
Woo!
for a majority of their people. And then one of the red-suited ones is going to make a secondary one where the people that couldn't fit in the first dome can go and fit it. Because there's really quite a lot of you. And those domes, I don't think, can fit out 12 people.
They have a
hard
20-foot
limit.
radius.
No,
Do they have a hard limit on how many people?
they have a good radius, but they have a hard limit on how many people can be in it.
Do they really?
Yes.
It's like 8 people, I think.
Hold on. Give me wizard list.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome if your spell fails if the area includes a larger
9.
creature.
Wow. I didn't know it had that limit. Huh.
Doesn't come up a lot, because 9's really quite a lot on any given excursion.
Yeah. And we have 10 of us.
Count again.
11 of us.
What?
11.
There's 11?
There's 6 of them. Their captain, which is 7, and then 4 of us.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
I
11.
forgot their captain. Stupid brain.
Math is hard.
Yes. Very most of the time.
But 5 of them are gonna be over there in that dome, and then 2 of the red shirts are gonna be over here with you guys. Inside the
Okay.
dome, it is nice. It is
Yes, it is.
significantly cooler.
Yes, it is.
Slash warmer because it's desert and cold.
I'm going to go over to Niflit if I can.
Okay.
And because he was the only one that may have been to Volud, see if he had actually gone to Volud.
You go over to the individual, and they very much seem like your stereotypical ranger sort.
I I heard Niflet, if I'm saying that right, that you may have
Niflet.
been to Valud.
D at the end, not a T.
Sorry. Niflid. Have you been to Valud?
I've been there once. I'm passing.
How was it, if that's something that you know?
Where have you been on the continent so I can actually describe it a little bit better?
I think it was called Salika, Raktesh, and Diakov are the only
Alright.
places I have been. You see, I'm from the more life area of hell, of the hells, I should say. I'm not from here.
None of Bella Niue?
I don't think Tidori has been to Bellinoi, no.
Okay. So take Diakov, make it more peaceful and well organized. Add the weirdness of Salika coming from the devils, but specifically them more like a hard edge in between, and then make the weirdness from the devils be inflicted with some Kingograd flavor, and you pretty much got it.
Right. That is very weird. And that's just all of Valud, or is that the hell area specifically?
And that's pretty much all Valud, because as it stands, Valud's basically this weird halfway town where part of it's owned by the Coalition through Galadrius, and part of it is a legitimate hell portal, but the Infernal Pact keeps it pretty much in line.
Huh.
Concord, I think.
Well, I appreciate the information. I think unless the portal I'm trying to make actually starts to freaking work, that's my best chance of getting home would be to head to Valud. But
Trying to get to one hellscape from a different hellscape, probably not the way you go. Those motherfuckers will extort you.
yes, I'm aware. It's if push comes to shove, that's really and truly the only option I'm going to have, sadly.
Well, you can always just head to Salika.
We are in the process of speaking to one of Salika's natives about it, yes.
As a matter of fact, I'd say you're probably more likely to get off lighter with a hag than you are trying to convince something that can open a portal in a hellscape to do so without horrific cost. By cost, I mean
Understood.
personal cost, not like gold and shit.
Understood. Appreciate the little bit of side info there. And you haven't from what sorry, brain blanked for a second. From what Vestral said, no one here has ever seen or dealt with one of the fire drakes. Fire worms, sorry, my brain blanked.
I've seen a few worms, but none of the size that we've been told this one is. That's an entirely different ballgame.
Hmm. Well, shit. And you were informed we have the carpet, correct?
You have a flying carpet for just in case purposes. Yeah, it's nice to have, but don't really want to split the numbers up too much just in case something goes awry.
Oh, absolutely. I completely understand and agree. Just if you want us to like scout like a couple like up at the very least. We do have a modicum of ranged characters are in amongst ourselves that are capable of still helping while we fly back if something were to happen.
Save that for whenever we're closer to the actual worm encounter. Keeping some people off the ground for the entirety of that would probably be beneficial. Outside of that, no. Keep everybody on the ground.
Fair enough, we'll do. I appreciate the you chatting with me.
He'll give you a nod.
I was waiting on his response, and I'm gonna leave. With have a good evening, basically.
It's weird. You get out of one bubble, and it's awful. And then you go into the other bubble, and it's nice again.
And it's perfectly fine. I can't do anything else. As far as I am aware, I don't think there would be anything else that I could vamp about. Somebody else needs to vamp.
I don't know what you got or what questions one asked. I'm just sitting here going, man, if I just roll dice. It'll freak him out.
Yes, let's ask these random people if they have ever found a permanent fucking linking point to the life plane of the hells. That's another bit of info I would like to have known.
Hey, sir,
that's not
where's
good.
my specific MacGuffin? It's behind that rock, child. Oh.
Exactly. The only other thing I could ask him about is the Gith thing, but we've already asked him about the Gith thing and found out all the information we need.
And I'm just doing my part by allowing the opportunity for interaction.
Yes, no, I understand. I'm just trying to think of what else I could talk about.
Do you really have anything else to talk about?
I am unsure. I will. Bashner. Medina? Did he die? We need him! He's our tank!
Hello?
Hello!
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello! Yes!
That was weird.
That was weird. I heard you sniff like once, and then you didn't talk, and I'm like, what the hell happened?
I'm not sure. My mic might have cut out a little bit.
Fair enough. But I'm coming over to you and saying your name.
Yes, what is it?
Some point, if we could, I would like to, at the very least, head over to this place called Valude in an entirely other continent called Galadrius. To at least look at the portal they have there, see what I'm doing wrong with mine, if anything. It seems like theirs is a more permanent fixture that's meant to be there, and mine is a very much I'm forcing it, but couldn't hurt to look at it at the very least. See what kindred of mine have been getting up to. Also, not a bad idea. But that can happen way, way later. That's a big ask, and I know it is. But it's shared information at the very least, I suppose.
The question is, will they let you look at it, though?
Well, you have to look at it to go through it. Because they do, from what I understand, let people go through it into their little plane to gouge the fuck out of them, much akin to how Gingograd gouges you for money. From what I understand. From what you have, your people, from what we have experienced. Because I have been to Kingograd. Because stupid brain. But anyway, it's something on the docket for long after we get all of this done and have time on our hands, basically. Or if we get one of these ships. Something's happening with your mic, Medina. I don't know what it is. It sounds like there's a connectivity issue with where you have the mic plugged in at.
Oh, I don't know.
It's better. It's not doing the staticky thing. Or it wasn't. What do you think, Fashneer?
Medina, are you busy?
No, what's up?
I said, what do you think?
I said it wouldn't hurt to look, or it wouldn't hurt to go see.
You heard none of that, so repeat your entire thing. This is
I
worrying.
don't see why. I don't see why I would.
Yeah, it's cutting out a lot on his end. Because he just started to talk again and then it stopped him.
Correct.
So I think that staticky noise is him talking.
Well, that's not great. We'll look into that. For now, I think it might be best for Vashnier to be stricken with the tired and go to bed.
Is it really? Is it still doing it?
It's
Hey, now.
going in and out. Yeah. It's hey, you're talking, and then suddenly while you are talking, the talking goes to static and you are not talking for us anymore. Randomly. Like right now, you are probably saying things, and we can't hear you.
Well, let's just ignore the anxiety driving technical difficulties, and I will field if anybody else has anything they want to do before nighttime in.
I'm out.
What?
I'm out of things.
Okay. Once, twice, gone. All right, next
Is there
day.
a way to make Fire
I
Venom
hate
more
you. I hate you so much.
You're like one of those auction guys that go, "Oh, but it was bidding." After the bid is done.
I'm sorry. I was going to
Fine.
start saying things, but I'm like interrupting. So I waited until after you finished talking. But is there
Feel
a way to make
free
Fire
to
Venom more
interrupt
potent?
whenever I'm saying someone please say something.
I'm bad about that.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Wyvern Venom, Poisoner's Kit. Make better Wyvern Venom. Possible? Yes.
If you found some things that enhanced poisons, as it stands, Wyvern Venom's normally like an end state. You could maybe add some like other things to it that might leave it the target poisoned afterward, but that would probably be provoking a save, and we don't like those. Other than that, unless you find something that has a specific effect that you could probably put into that vial of horrible liquid, then it's probably not going to be your best call.
Understood.
There
Got
may
it.
be fire flowers that you can grab in the desert that sometimes exist in weird places. I don't know if they
Fire
exist here or
Flower
not.
for Ice Wyvern Venom.
I'm not saying anything for the ice wyvern venom. Let me finish. There may be like
Go ahead.
fire flowers that you can mash up and create a very like blood boiling fucking poison out of. just as an FYI. Deserts do have flowers, and 9 times out of 10, the flowers that deserts have are fucking deadly.
Yeah, but the problem with both the Poisoner's Kit and the Alchemist Kit is that in order to use them, you basically need to be a trained botanist.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say if you're proficient in
And you
like
can
an
find
alchemist
your
kit,
stuff, it's just in order to find the better stuff.
what I'm saying is if you're proficient in a poisoner's kit or an alchemist kit or whatever the fuck like that, it should come with like a book. If you also have the kit, it should come with like a book that does explain, oh hey, this is this, like at least on the material plane. Like basic book of that.
There's absolutely ways to test out and find stuff, but it's more of a time-consuming thing.
Yeah, if you see a fucking flower, sorry, that is on fire, might be good to use.
Fair point.
To turn it into a tincture.
Looking, I suppose, passively looking for this while we're walking and stopping, and doing whatever when we're not busy, and have
Like
extra
right now?
time.
So
Yeah,
you can
like
make
right now.
so you can make extra rolls, so we can vamp a little longer because we're really close on our time.
Yep. That may or may not be one of the reasons why I brought this up. I realize I have things I could be doing, but I'm not doing.
Good choice.
Is it any better now?
Well, you're coming through now.
Yeah, you're coming through louder now.
Huh. I just swapped the side the mic was on.
That'll do it. If it was facing
Like,
away from you.
No. I have a headset. It's like a mag. I can pull the mic out and then pop it on the other side.
That's weird.
Perhaps wire is going bad.
No, he can unplug the actual mic port like I can with my headphones and plug it in, but if you plug it in wrong, it will not pick you up. But if you plug it in right, because there's 2 ways to technically plug it in, but there's only one right way to plug it in. Is I believe what he was saying, correct?
It sounds like he has a headset that has 2 ports.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, it has 2
If he
ports.
does, that is weird. That is weird.
That is
Why would a
weird.
headset need whatever? Why would a headset
Because
need
some
2
people
ports?
like to have the thing on the right because they're psychopaths.
Doesn't make any sense. It's never on the right. It's always on the left. What? I think it's still fucking up because I think he went to say something there. Or was in the middle of saying something there. And
It's being grumpy. I think that we'll try to work
Maybe
out
it's just Discord.
Maybe.
Possibly.
We'll see what the hell's going on later. Hopefully it won't be really, really bad if you're actively doing something. Okay.
Well, if it is, we can't really do that thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to
So at
next
least
day.
But to say, at least for tonight, hopefully it is really, really bad.
Well, I don't know.
Just joking. I think Thaddeus wants to try wandering around at night to find a fire flower.
I don't think wandering around at night by myself is a good idea unless I'm on the flying carpet where, I'm not making any vibrations on the ground.
Oh my god, it's almost as if you have a flying carpet.
Crazy.
I mean, if you don't have to walk, why would you?
Point.
I do have a vial of just normal poison if you desire to mix it with the wyvern poison.
Now is yours
Heck,
poison,
no.
or is yours a venom?
It is poison.
You don't really play
know.
ball.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Fair.
I don't know if poison and venom will mix.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And
How about
material to make a more powerful poison than the venom I currently have, potentially.
Well, venom is inject. Poison is ingest.
Oh, right.
That is true.
So if you stab someone with a poison dagger,
It'll
it will do
hurt.
nothing because it's not ingesting. They're not
More
ingesting
or
the
less.
poison.
Unless it's a
Understood.
neurotoxin or something like that, it's not gonna achieve the effect you want.
Understood. I'm still going to go look for some toxic flowers or mushrooms or plants or
Mushrooms in
anything
a
I could
desert.
potentially find.
Mushrooms in a desert are a no go.
Yeah, mushrooms in a humid area
You can
mostly.
you can
I think.
wander around and make a nature check
Just waste a bit more
or
time.
survival if you
Nature
really
check.
want to. Don't worry about wasting time. I know what's about to happen. I got
Oh
this.
God! Damn it, Eric.
That's what all the reformulating was for, so I could figure out an alternative path. Once I started talking normally, you should have known I figured it out.
I have enough
Can
for
you hear me now?
24.
For now, but
Yep.
it comes and goes. 24 to for what was that, a survival or nature?
Or for a was that nature? I think.
Don't know. You tell
Yes,
me.
nature. Yes, it was nature.
Okay. So you go around and what type of hazardous material are you looking for?
Um,
Like just
if
whatever
I were
you
to give
can
a type,
manage, or
whatever I can manage to find,
irritants,
things that look
poisonous
interesting.
things, things that actually might manage to deal a damage.
Yes.
So
Fire flower.
more poisonous things than just things.
More poisonous things than yes.
Okay. Well, you could have been looking for like irritants or something, which could also achieve the poisoned effect, but they're also a contact thing.
Things I could potentially, if I made into a quote unquote poison, really venom, I could go into a weapon and then use that to stab someone for big ouchies.
For big ouchies, unless you come upon something that could bite you, you're probably not gonna find much here unless, like I said, you upset a purple worm.
And if they upset a purple worm, it's going to be a fire purple worm.
I don't want to do that just yet. So just normal poison stuff will be good.
So irritant or
Fine.
poison?
Poison.
Okay. You go around and
Sure.
I'll go ahead and assume that you put it into your concoction o poison. And you create, let's give you 3 vials o poison, and it'll use your DC, which would just be probably your intelligence or wisdom, whichever's higher. And then standard DC rules. Or be poisoned for a minute. Actually, no. This is injectants an hour. Or ingestants an hour.
Just an hour.
Yeah.
All right. 3 vials of poison.
Now you just gotta figure out how to make somebody drink it, then have them fail the save.
You say intelligence or wisdom?
Yeah, whichever one's higher,
Whichever's
you can
higher.
use that to determine your DC.
Just making sure. Thank you.
And then it'll be a con save whenever they have it. Now, if there were some more voracious things around here, it'd have a different effect, but this is just what you can find randomly. You're not looking, or you didn't come out here looking for something, and there's not a miraculous super poisonous plant underneath that rock.
Yep, I didn't expect anything miraculous just yet. I was just looking to see if there was anything neat or special or things like that.
Okay.
You know. I want to be passively looking as we continue on for
Shit, nope.
neat, special, plane specific stuff.
Dokie. Next day. The sun begins to arc over this desert landscape. And almost immediately, the heat returns in full force.
And we all have amulets, so we're not dying.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Sucks more for Vashner because he has armor.
Alright.
Lies. Sucks more for him because he has more armor and it's black armor. That's the word I was looking for.
So, D12 number 1.
Kill us.
That's not good. D12 number 2.
Kill
That's
us.
worse.
Yes.
Alright. So, probably about 5 or 6 hours into your trek, you're all kind of at that... Shut up, dice. I dropped her on the floor now. You're all kind of at that point in your march where it's just wearisome. And all of a sudden, Niflid will hold up a hand in motion for everybody to stop.
Do so.
As you are doing so, those with higher passive perceptions can kind of distantly begin to feel a slight vibration in the sands that's coming nearer.
Well, that's not
And
me.
I need everybody to make stealth checks.
I can do that one.
I can do that.
Unless you want to dance for the worms.
Ooh, yay, more stealth checks that I have totally passed these last couple of times.
Hey. Shit happens, man.
Well, I'm good, but he's not.
Just go ahead and call him out.
I have a 28.
25.
25,
21.
21.
Okay, my turn to roll.
Is that 20, 25 with disad, that is?
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry.
22.
Oh, yeah, I got a disadvantage on that too.
Yes, you do. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I went from a 17 to a 16.
Woo!
Natural 7. Anything else I need to call out because it's really low? Oh, natural 6.
What?
You
Ooh.
fuckers.
What?
You're supposed to
Guys
be.
who live in the desert don't know how to be quiet in the desert.
They don't
They
live in
live
the
here.
desert. What are you talking about?
Don't they live in the desert?
No, these guys don't.
Live in the town that's in the desert.
No, they live in Attica.
Oh, these guys from Attica. You're right.
Yeah,
They came
you
from the warship.
fucking
Yeah.
weirdo.
You're right. It makes sense. They live on snow. Snow is easier to be quiet on than sand, apparently.
No,
Completely different skill.
it's a different skill, but it's not easier.
Regardless, as you're standing there, you see some of the rank and files kind of shift a bit. And it's not
Yeah.
long before violently erupting from the ground nearby, segmented body, huge gaping maw, is a worm that is distinctly purple. And also real big.
Bigger than a normal purple worm?
Well, I really can't say, because literally none of you have seen one.
Well, purple worms are talked about, at the very least.
Well, it's basically, if it isn't on the continent, especially, the only thing you would have gotten is the stuff that someone would put in your in-universe edition of a monster manual, which is to say, yeah, it's there, but you don't really get the size of scale necessary.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But here's the kicker. As this thing begins to make an attack upon these individuals, you can see one of them begin to implement a defensive charm of some kind that deflects the attack at the last possible second. But the momentum and force of the worm going down destabilizes an area of sand nearby
Yay.
and begins to cascade.
Yay.
Woohoo.
As everyone is very quickly brought into this quickly growing sinkhole. Does anyone have anything before does its thing?
Do we have the ability to pull out the carpet?
That would take a bit too long.
Can I
So you
wild
need a
shape?
stationary thing. That's an action for you, yeah.
I like to turn into a giant eagle. And
Or
now decide
large bird.
which one person I want to pick up with me.
Pick your battle buddy.
I will pick Vashnu.
Alright.
The hardest one to lift.
I'm a strong bird. I can do it.
No, you got it. It's just all right. So Vashnu, this bird or peon transmogrifies himself into a giant ass bird and then flies over to you. Bird, make an athletics check. Vashnu, make an athletics check as you attempt to clasp arm and talon.
13.
Athletics.
Yeah.
I got. Yeah, it up. That's 10, 11, 12. That's 15.
All right. Both of you think you could have done slightly better on your clasp. Peon, you're new to being an eagle, so you know. There. But you managed to grab each other and float away as the sands consume. Everybody else going on for the ride? Going along for the ride?
I'm teleporting myself out.
Go on. Because, like, this is a lot.
Just, can I get just outside the sinkhole?
With how much movement? Or range?
If he has Misty Step, it's 30 feet.
Well, Misty Step's not going to cut it.
Let's see. How much range do I want?
You can make it have more?
Get out and still be within 30 feet of someone that's in the sinkhole.
I still need a range. What's your max increment?
100? I guess.
Probably.
Max is 400, but I don't know how far I need to go.
400's kind of overkill. 100.
You have D-Door?
No?
No?
Yes, but no.
100 will get you on more solid ground. You're not entirely sure if it won't continue to cascade.
And 150.
Okay. Make your attack to see if you fail critically.
Right. That thing I can't do.
You can. It's possible.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. So do you want to narrate this or shall I? Since you're being cagey about what it is you're doing.
I'll let you have it because I don't know what it does.
All right. So Jodak pulls out his crossbow and arcs a shot. And whenever it lands, you can see some runes about his crossbow begin to light up. And then he fucking disappears. And then reappears where his bolt landed.
Huh.
Safe.
Well, I'm not wasting my flight ability yet.
Okay.
So I'm kind of fucking stuck here.
That's fine.
Is anyone within 30 feet of me right now?
No, you shot really far away and the group is staying as a group.
Great. Okay. Good to go.
Alright then. Those still stuck in the sand, which is most of the other people. I guess I'll talk with you some other time, as you are brought down into the darkness before beginning to slide to somewhere.
Yay. That's me and all of your people, Eric.
I know.
That's it. I'll be here. Everybody needs me.
Those up top, as you are watching this sinkhole proceed, you can make out that there's some sort of an underground something over there. And once the sand kind of subsides, you can, all those of you that are touching the ground, those of you hovering in the air can make out a slight lump along the ground as it appears the worm might be making another pass.
And there's only one
Are
person
you
on the surface,
okay?
apparently.
Yeah. You're right.
We can't be seen, Thaddeus.
Hmm?
The ones of us on, under the ground can't be seen.
I know.
Okay.
A pre-existing mind leak still exists, though. So, are you okay?
For now.
Fedora, you have landed rather harshly. You're separated from the others, and you're in some dark chamber of some sort. It does look manufactured in points. Not like high tech, but something that had the knowledge of how to carve.
I am alone in a place that was made. So, as good as can be expected.
You see any exits? Any light anywhere?
No.
Maybe a shovel?
No.
Okay, well, it's not legally initiative, but... well, it is legally initiative. Because I'm gonna bite you now. Person on the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to wait till it popped up and then try to teleport away from it. The conversation was more important than, dodging something that's trying to bite me.
So, I guess everybody up top needs to roll initiative unless you go down the hole. Because this is turned into a worm fight.
I will leave that up to Vashnir. I will fly him wherever he commands.
I don't know why I'm just not. Why am I being carried?
Say again?
Surprised I'm not riding the eagle, and instead I'm being carried by the eagle.
Kind of last second. Oh shit, grab on.
I'm not one to run from a fight, though.
Negative dex. Okay, so fuck it. 25-20.
That's a roll for
15.
initiative beyond. Just based on what I know of Vashner, I think he's saying he wants to do combat, so you're going to have to roll for initiative. But
25, 20, 20, 15.
We're just talking about purple worm venom, so
15,
great chance
10.
to get
I got a 16.
Okay, that's surely someone.
This isn't the big worm we're fighting.
No, this
no,
is.
this is a purple worm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if the fireworm had fireworm venom.
I missed all of that.
Worms like that typically don't have venom.
Aw.
15, 10.
Where is your initiative, Thaddeus?
Where's the giant eagle at?
Where is the giant eagle at?
I'm at 13. I'm just waiting patiently.
Okay, well, that was 15 to 10.
My apologies.
You're fine.
Which leaves me at my measly 7.
Don't
Oh
even
my
talk to me.
fucking god.
You've been cursed, that is.
You need alert.
Initiative rules are not my strong suit.
Need it.
Okay, well,
That way, at minimum, you can get a 10.
top of the round, Vashner, you're on an eagle, far away from the worm, which is near Jodak.
And about to bite his ass.
How far from the worm am I?
Jodak, how far did you teleport?
150 feet.
That far.
This is gonna take time. Your flying speed is what?
Probably 80.
Is 80.
Not that long.
Does the eagle have a thing that says it can carry along a small creature at full speed?
It doesn't have a thing that says it can't.
Well, legally it goes to grappled creature rules, which means you have to move at half speed.
Oh,
So 40
no.
feet at the moment.
You can
That's the
action
all-out sprint thing.
dash.
There's also the all-out sprint thing where you know,
No, that's just a mess.
run. Is that not yours? Oh,
No, I don't feel like adding that.
Cool. Okay.
Artemis.
Oh no.
That's fine.
Oh, what's that? You don't want to get bit by the worm? Too bad. I'm gonna eat you now.
Yes, but it's opening man. We get there for ideas. It's like playing with my spear. Hit me
The
there.
worm rolled a 17 on my die.
And has negative dex, which means
Are we like straight up or are we like away?
Basically the eagle caught you at like ground level what it would be. Currently you're just kind of floating over this pit. And 100 some odd feet away. It looks like Jodak's about to get it.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you can just take me above the worm and I'll be fine.
Do that on my turn.
So it sounds like you need to ready an action and pray.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Going to the. If I get above things, then I'm gonna drop and activate my thing.
That's a bonus action, you can't ready those.
Yeah. I'm gonna chuck a spear at it. Forget over its head.
Chuck a javelin whenever it reveals itself to be made chuckable at.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Take toothpick.
Alrighty then.
Hey,
No worm. Go on.
I have, as a fighter, killed a purple worm with a javelin.
I mean, Yeah, they work. I'm a worm. My intelligence is 1. I don't know that I should just sit back and sting things and never actually bite, so I'm gonna bite this thing. Roll for munch. That's rolled wrong. You
Wrong
may
is
not
in
die.
incorrect, or wrong is in.
Wrong is in I tossed it at my dice staging area and it landed between a couple dice point upwards.
Yeah, what- huh?
Natural 2 for 11.
Cool. That does not hit.
Alright, cool.
Question.
Uh-huh.
It's biting at me. Can I throw a vial of poison in its mouth?
Do you have throw
That's
vial of
reaction.
poison as reaction?
No.
I didn't think you
No,
did.
it's not.
Sounds like a really interesting trait.
I had to ask. I had to be sure.
Now you could theoretically make a melee attack and break the fucking thing on its side, but if it's poison, that'll deal nothing. And also, it's a fucking purple worm. It failing
Score
con
of what we would
saves.
call God level.
Yeah. I forgot about the save. I wrote down that I had a save, but I forgot about it.
Well, since I didn't actually bite onto you, I'm gonna try to sting you.
Oh,
Natural
please.
3. I'm just not into it today, apparently. So here's what happens. This creature arcs from the dirt next to you, and it telegraphs its movement way too much, and you jump off to the side before its gaping maw consumes you. And as it's passing by to get back under the ground, the stinger on its tail whips out, and you just kind of... You've dealt with stingers before. Your wyverns are more intimidating, surely. You just kind of dodge out of the way. That is like 150 feet away from Vashnir, though, and I don't know what the range maximum is on his throwing weapons.
Typically 30-60, maybe 30-80 at best.
Well, javelins go real far. I just don't know how far.
80, like I said. From what I remember, anyway.
But
This is saying 3120.
It is 3120.
still out of range, though. So then we go to Peon.
You take the dash action so we can fly 80 feet towards the thing since my movement is halved.
There.
And that is all I can do.
Yeah. Yodak.
Dudak, did the thing underground? Is it visible right now?
It didn't go fully underground. Basically, its tail's still kind of sticking up because otherwise you would have gotten an attack of opportunity, and I forgot about it. So this is what it is.
I can just kind of walk around it, walk towards Vashnir's space.
Is space flying above?
Just come over towards their side a bit, so I'm a little bit closer.
Define a little
Which
bit.
might be-
Exactly how far are you moving?
Not far enough to get out of this range.
So you move like 5 feet.
If I'm on the other
Yeah.
side of it, then that might be 10 feet, potentially. Which means that might have potentially been worth it.
You move 5 feet.
Still, 5 feet. That's still something.
Okay.
I just realized there's something to do. I'm thinking, do I want to do this? Can I do this? Can I do this?
Also, still attackable.
It is stackable, but did I want to stab it? Not really. But I probably should just stab it, so I'm just going to stab it.
I mean, you
Bonus
can do what
action,
you
I'm going to throw a
want.
seal on him.
Okay.
Action, stab.
You undo the 5 feet movement.
think that was an ask.
Yes.
Get to stabbing. Roll dice.
Stabbing. I need to stab it. I don't have venom on this. I don't have advantage.
Shame.
Really, it's a shame. Oh well. Stabbing. 26 hit.
26 will hit, yes.
Just making sure. Do I need to do anything for these damage types?
No.
Separate anything out.
Ow.
Cool.
No.
I still have to do math though. I can't heal. I just did 33 damage to it.
Ow.
Because I stabbed it once, why not stab it again? Stab. Does a 17 hit it?
No. As
No.
you go in for a... Wait. That sounded like you had something to say.
No, there's nothing I can do.
Okay. As you go in for a second flurry of attacks, the hard carapace is a bit tougher than you really gave it credit for on your first attack. It seems you got a bit luckier on that one. And your weapons bounce off.
I don't like this thing. But I can't do anything else to it, so
That's not great.
I'm gonna redo that 5 feet of movement.
Immediately. Okie dokie.
That's it.
Over to Veshnir.
For Rumundo.
It was 150. I think you just moved 40 nearer to it, putting it at
80.
one.
He dashed.
Okay, you moved 80. So that puts it at 70.
Yes.
I can't really move close to it either.
Realistically, I think you can make 2 javelin attacks from your reaction. That I forgot about and you didn't mention.
Oh yeah.
Because it got
Yeah,
within
like, where-
disadvantage range. Two javelin attacks, disadvantage.
But I guess with advantage,
Yeah, that's
within
definitely
5
not
feet
gonna
of
hit. What's up?
As per flanking rules, but I give it advantage.
You
Give him
can't
advantage
flank
being
on a
inside.
ranged attack.
Cool. All right. Good to know. Now I have a new rule in my head that I have to keep track of.
I know what the first one was, but it was apparently definitely not going to hit. What's the second one?
And second one with disadvantage will be a 21. The first one definitely was gonna hit because it was a 7 and a 2.
21 will impact.
Yay. It's taking 3 damage.
Ow! My feelings.
I rolled a 1 on the damage die. Yeah.
Okay, so Jodak, as you're kind of watching out for the stinger thing, you can see a couple of javelins come in from the left side of your vision. One of which just falls short, and the other one seems to strike it in it. And it seems moderately annoyed if you could tell emotion is from a stinger on a worm. And now it's Vashnir's turn proper.
I'll chunk some more javelins at it.
Okie dokie.
Because I can't get any closer.
Well, you can hold action, and then if it doesn't move, which it may, then
Oh yeah,
you
I'll
might
do that.
get
I'm
out of
just
disadvantage
gonna hold
range.
action and then ready my javelins.
Okie dokie. It is their worm, Sam. Bring back up the picture. Okie dokie. Fight the small mammal.
All mammals don't like to be bit.
7 on the
But he's not.
die
But he's not a mammal.
for 16.
That does not hit.
Damn it. Sting the small mammal. Oh. Yeah, that'll hit. Critical sting.
Ah, okay.
Let me quickly calculate what it actually. I can just use that thing right there. Okay. So that's gonna be Jesus. 29 piercing damage from the stinger itself,
Okay.
and then modified poison rolls. Gonna be 42 poison damage.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's absolutely fine.
As this thing makes another arc, and once again, fucking misses the nomming opportunity. But then the stinger whips around and injects approximately 80% of your biomass worth of venom into you.
Owie. Don't do that.
Who
Please
do
don't do that.
And then I don't want to get stabbed again, so I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the stabby man.
Oh, do that. So I can get my healing back. That'll hit with a 29.
Yeah?
Math. I have to do extra math to find out how much I heal. Cool. He's taking 30 damage.
Ah, wait.
Now, how much am I healing?
You let loose another flurry of attacks upon this thing's tail as it is leaving your area of combat.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. For rounding rules, is it round down or round up?
Always down.
Always round down. Okay.
That's the end of the worm turn. Over to Peon.
Once again, I take the dash action and move 80 feet
Pretty
towards
sure
person.
Pretty sure that can put you directly above Jodak if you want to be.
That sound. Can I go like a little bit to the side of Jodak?
Yeah. How far?
It's like 5 feet, so I can drop Fashionir.
Okay. Otherwise, it's like those eagles that know how to use coconuts.
I'm not one of those eagles. And I think that's all I can do right now.
Okie dokie. Back to Jodak.
Back to Jodak. It went underground. Or it ran away. So I can't stab it again.
I mean, it went underground, but it leaves a hole that is quickly filled up with sand. But if you really wanted to, you could jump in the hole.
The hole's still open. Can I see it if I look down the hole?
You can see some purple down there along with a lot of sand. And
It
you're
sounds like I should
a
shoot
little bit
it.
worried about all the sand pouring in there. But, you know, do what you want.
I'm not jumping in there. Instead, I'm just going to take out my crossbow and shoot it a couple times.
Shoot it in the butt. Do it.
That way, I don't have to get too close to it. There. Do I have anything else I can apply to this? No. No, I do not.
What method? Oh, shoot.
Crossbow. Normal crossbow mode.
Sure about that?
29 hit.
Did you share about that?
Pretty sure?
I think it's in range for your shorter Kerplani mode.
Yeah, but then I can't use my infusion stuff.
I don't know what you have infused on it to make it deal more damage. But okay.
Okay. 29 to hit.
29 will hit.
Hit. Math.
Half.
Math. That's 21 damage.
Owie.
Well, part 2. Yay. 25 to hit.
Yes.
Yes. That's probably more damage. That's 24 damage there.
Okie doke. What infusions do you have on this thing?
Crossbow has a d6 plus d8 force, and its little headpiece has 2d4 lightning.
Okay. So you fire first bolt, and you can see this rainbow-like energy crackling with electrical force around it burrow into this thing, and then some gears and whirring occurs, and then it cycles the next bolt up, and then once again, colorful rainbow-colored trail arcing with lightning into the back of this thing. Anything else?
Bonus action. I should save my poison, shouldn't I?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
got
you
nothing
did just
else.
leave the things that give you them far away, but this thing's here.
Bonus action, I'm gonna pull it back up.
Pull it back up.
Telekinesis. The worm.
No, you're not.
I can try.
The spell fails because it's way above the threshold.
It's not a spell. There is no limit. It's just a creature.
Sorry.
It's just a creature.
I'm gonna look at that. You tell me what it is that's supposed to be happening.
It makes a something save of some type, and it moves.
Oh,
5
your
feet
information's really fell out there.
in a
Is
strength
it-
saving throw.
Is it not the spell telekinesis?
No, it's not.
Okay. If it's not the spell telekinesis, then I don't know what it is. But the spell telekinesis has a limit.
No, it's not the spell telekinesis. It's the telekinetic feat, which does not have a limit as far as I'm aware. It just makes a strength saving throw. I can move it 5 feet in a direction.
You can shove something a whole 5 feet within 30 feet. And it makes a saving throw versus your thing. Just shoving.
I can pull it, I think, unless I read that wrong. I think it says you can shove it towards or away from you.
Well, it's just... You can shove it. In any direction, but it's still shoving. Regardless,
Yep.
I'm not really worried about the purple worm failing a strength save.
Neither am I.
Which
I just use my bonus action for something.
it doesn't.
Cool.
I got a 19 on the die
Done.
before even adding any of its shit.
I'm done then.
Which is a +9.
I got 28. Cool. Definitely can't have a DC that high.
End of Joe deck.
End of Joe deck.
Over to Vashnir.
Above it now.
Yeah. You can let go.
Didn't Peon said he dropped him?
Next to Jodak.
So Peon said he dropped Vashnir next to Jodek.
I thought it was gonna be above it.
Well, it kind of tunneled away.
It's in the sand.
It's in the sand. You can look down the hole that it's going and you can, throw more things at it or jump down there like a brave idiot. While I look up suffocation rules.
Suffocation is just like
It was
drowning.
more of a joke.
Well, I'm being serious. Suffocation is just like drowning.
I know.
You can survive up to your con mod in minutes.
There are a lot of stipulations and stuff with it, though. Vashnia, what you doing?
Just going. I'm gonna activate my armor. Not armor. It's stone,
Okay.
and I'm looking like whack-a-mole, waiting to whack it.
Okay, so bonus action, activate your thing. Action, hold action to make a melee attack.
Yep.
Okie dokie. That's it for Vishnu. Is back to the worm. Worm is real dumb. It would like to bite. Would like to bite the thing I've been trying to bite and haven't managed to bite. It's kind of getting annoying. Munching.
Activates the bite because it doesn't need to bite.
Natural
If it
5.
activates Sentinel. If it's trying to bite him, they just activate Sentinel like this.
Well, you've already held your
Yeah.
action to make melee attacks whenever you get in the range. At which point in time, if it goes off, that costs your reaction to do so.
Yeah.
The Sentinel stuff wouldn't factor in because it's not an attack of opportunity. Regardless, natural 5 for 14. I do not believe it's going to hit Jodak.
No, it does not.
Because I can't bite him, apparently. It's kind of
That's fascinating.
infuriating.
I mean,
But Vashnir does get to make his double wax. I moderately believe it'll be alive afterwards, so I'll go ahead and roll its next attack. Which is another sting.
Okay,
Which
that's
is
a
another fucking
23 to
hit.
hit.
Fuck me. 23 will hit. I'm sorry. If he doesn't kill it, I've crit you again. Jodak.
I'll be fine.
I
Yeah, I'll be
hope you will
fine.
be, but it'll hurt.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Probably. Hopefully.
I can't bite you, but I can sting you.
Which is the worst of the two.
Which is the worst.
Thought biting would be worse because I could just bite you and run away.
The sting does poison damage, which can now crit. It is the worst of the two, by far.
It's just about 70 damage. Vashnir, what's your damage on this?
And you said Soulstone Activator damaging 2. What was that again? I'm slow.
I think you're going to be dealing a d10 plus a d8, unless there's something else happening.
That's what it was.
Maybe 2d4?
D8. Yep. It's the D8 I was missing.
You got the 2d4 though, right? Because I do believe your whole arm there is got some kind of attachment on it, like some force damage or something.
Okay, just add up your numbers, and unless you break 150, I'm just going to continue on with the damage to Jodak, which is...
Is
29 plus 42 equals 71.
29 Piercing?
The 42 is poison damage, which actually matters quite a lot. The 29 is piercing damage.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
It's paying dividends today, isn't it? That's a lot of damage you're resisting.
Down, though. I was 3 health short. Oh, well.
Oh, still a lot of damage you soaked up.
Eat it is. It was worth it.
Now, if I can bite him, I win.
You have already stung me. You do not need to bite me now.
I have failed at biting him every time. Did Dina leave and come back?
I
Yeah.
think.
Oh. Something acting broken?
Potentially.
Okay. I was talking and it was coming through.
We didn't hear you at all.
I was like, yeah, because I was asking if it's 2 attacks I held back, correct?
Yeah.
2 attacks?
Since you held
Yeah,
your
I was
attack
trying-
action, you get both of your attacks.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 on the next one.
The 19 will hit.
Okay.
So just give me the total damage for both of your attacks.
Oh, the first one was 18, 19, 20, 21. Plus, that was 27 on the first one.
Alrighty?
And calculator. Sorry, terrible at math.
Math is hard.
It
That's
is
very
the
hard.
terrible dark side of this game.
And 21 for the second one.
21. Okie dokie. Owie. Things looking pretty haggard after that, but Jodak has been downed.
New.
After that, since it's realistically trying to give you guys a wide berth, it's gonna tunnel again. But you can still see the butt because it's just too big. And now it is Peon's turn.
So I will come out of my wild shape.
Okay.
Because I no longer want to be eagle. And then I will cast Cure Wounds upon Jodak.
Okie dokie.
Yay, I don't have to waste.
Where's my D8? Where's my D8s?
I mean, if it's any consolation, if you guys ever question whether or not you could deal with some pretty damn serious threats at this point in time.
16
Don't.
health back to Jodak.
Yay, thank you.
You are
Actually,
very welcome.
add 3 more to that because
And that is all
There.
Peon can do.
Yoki. It's okay, James. I know you got locked out of this one, but it does mean you're gonna have a solo thing for next session.
I am playing a video game.
Hush you.
So I don't care. Because I am very capable of multitasking.
Alright. Over to Jodak. You got healed. Good for you.
I got healed. I probably should get up. Let me get up. The tail's right there.
And a hole
I
of
don't
it,
like
but
a whole of it. Tail is not actually there.
it's not in melee range.
Based on stabbing it. Great.
Unless you want to go down there.
I really don't. I really don't.
Don't blame me.
So, bonus action.
Honor.
Actually, reminded me. I have a stone I can activate. I'm gonna activate it.
Gasp. That makes 2, right? Yeah.
It makes 2 times I've activated this. And now, what do I want to do with this? Hmm.
Policeman,
I am just
motherfucker.
going to shoot it. Yeah, might as well just shoot it. Because
It does a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. First pew. 25.
Hit.
Second pew. That I feel like I need it. Was a natural 1. That rerolled to a 15.
Miss still.
15 on the die or 15
Great.
total?
15 total.
Damn. See,
First pew.
I think Thaddeus should get a pass for using the halfling natural 1 reroll ability. Just
No.
because I think he should, just because his dice fucking hate him and we need to buy him a new set.
He's using
I'm using
the macros
macros.
from.
If I use my actual die, it'd be much worse.
Well, that's even worse.
If I use my
actual
actual die, it'd be
hardcore.
worse. What did you do to anger them? Use
I
macros all the
don't
time.
know. Started using macros after they revealed how much they hated me. That one session, I rolled like 8 natural 1s in a row. Well, not in a row, but 8 natural 1s. Damage. Do I need to separate any damage type? Separate
Negative.
out any damage types. Okay. All right, I should do this math and not just sit here looking at numbers.
You
This was
okay?
actually easy math. I could have just done it in my head.
Me?
You screamed for no reason.
I sneezed.
That's what that is. Okay.
I've done 30 damage.
30 total damage from both attacks?
30 total damage.
You
from
missed the
both
second
attacks.
attack.
The second one missed.
You're right. So yes, from both attacks. In your form, fades.
Actually,
As this bolt careens into the side of this thing, this cyan aura trailing after it.
I feel like I should use my action surge.
Oh. I mean, yeah, that's probably when you want to do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use it.
Just like
2 more
how
attacks.
Eric is just sitting here like, her. Uh-oh.
First
It's
one's a
okay.
27.
You can kind of tell when I didn't expect the creature to win. 27 will absolutely hit.
Second one's a 13, which will not hit.
I had the action surge to hit it twice.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop my
That's-
seal as well.
Ah.
Just because.
Mm.
I get rid of it. Total damage numbers that I would do math for right now.
That you will do math for right now.
Don't narrate your life.
As Thaddeus began to do math, he realized math is...
Math is difficult. I have done a total of 32 damage.
Total
Stop
of
narrating.
32 damage.
Stop. Fucking weird.
I healed 4, I think.
Thaddeus proclaims that he deals a total of 32 damage as Jodak fires his crossbow
Know
into
where
this
you
creature.
live.
Hey, you broke 200 damage. Good for you.
Yay!
And
my
Eric had to then make the
Right
damage
here.
counter go up to 204. And then looked and
Right.
went, why is it still alive? And then he proclaimed, and now does Vashnius go? What would he like to do? Slightly worried because he heard strange microphone noises from Medina's microphones moments earlier.
Is it doing it again?
Not yet, he proclaimed. And really hoped it was true.
Stop, you fucking weirdo.
Okay, I'm going to put a frost veil on everybody.
Fuck you, enemies.
Except for me. Because I can't put it on myself.
Okay,
action
it's
surge.
really good.
Won't fade now or at the beginning of my next turn.
Goes away now.
Okay, just making sure.
It fades at the end of your turn.
Mine's fading at the end of this turn. But it's okay. My effect will stay up. And it's still out of the ground, right?
It's underground, but like if you look, you can see its butt. It's kind of in ranged weaponry instead of melee weaponry, unless you want to, dive in and drown in sand. Eric said for like the 8th time, because maybe one time they'll jump down there.
Yeah, I'm not running the damn worm. Damn it. Wait, I can do a thing.
Oh.
I'm gonna shoot it in the ass.
Oh no.
You have a fucking magical firebolt. Yeah, I would do
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Oh no, I forgot. He has cantrip power. This could actually hurt my butt.
Shoot it in the ass.
Doesn't cantrip add to D8?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever used
I have it. I have it written down. I'll read it.
I was looking for it.
I think maybe it's whether or not that
Cantrip
thing
to
says
determine
weapon
by
attacks or
character level.
attacks.
Determine my character's level or max charge tier, whichever's higher.
So that's your that's how many D10s
Alright.
you get to add to it.
It is specified, but it is specified to melee or ranged attacks.
So it's specified to attacks, not weapon attacks.
It is fly speed equal to your move speed, additional damage on melee or ranged attacks. 1d8 at 1 max charge, 2 at 3, and
So
3
that
at 5.
says it applies to ranged spell attacks as well.
That would make sense. So every fucking thing you do has an extra d8 while you're in your form.
Part of me kind of hates that the lawyer speak past me used in the description for this was so fucking on point that I can refer to it and expect it to be accurate.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what they call future proofing.
Yeah, but
That's what they call just being good at your job.
But it's also past me laughing at future me, because future me dumb.
that's 2d10 and 1d8.
Yes.
Making sure.
If you
You're fine.
crit, it might die.
Well, he already rolled a hit.
And I didn't roll yet. I just saying I was gonna do that.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you already rolled a hit.
That's a spell. Won't it be like a DC?
No,
No.
that's a spell attack.
I was
Why
using a
would...
cantrip thing.
Yeah, this cantrip is a ranged attack to hit.
Well, I don't think he's played a
No.
caster that had a cantrip that was an attack spell. I think he's played casters that have had cantrips that are save spells.
Which is fair, but that's why I was saying
But
it
cantrips
is a
like
ranged attack.
Fire Bolt and Eldritch Blast, they basically are just normal attacks, except they're magical.
Yep.
And they get stronger.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the plus to hit what it is.
It would be... it'd be
4
your
plus-
primary combat stat.
So it's the same thing to hit that your weapons are, pretty much. Except unless your weapons are +1, +2, +3.
So whatever your highest stat it is that you're using,
Okay.
it'd be that plus your proficiency bonus.
So in total +6. Hey, would you look at that? You called it.
Yeah, I'm psychic. And
That's
you
my
deal the
job.
damage.
So that's
Eric is just better at it than you are.
I know.
4d10, 2d8?
If
Or
you
is
want
it
to,
just 4d10?
I would just still roll the 2d10 and d8, then multiply it by 2.
I'm saying I just wanted to make sure I was getting it right.
That's the total dice amount, yeah?
Okay. Calculator, where you at now?
I think he went for individual die. In fairness, rolling 4d10 and 2d8 isn't something that you normally get to do.
It's satisfying to roll a shit ton of die. More so when
Yeah,
you're a
well, they
DM
roll at the same
and
time.
you're. Well, it's like when you're a DM and you're sitting at a table full of a bunch of people and you pull out like 30 dice and then you roll them and they just go, oh no. It's fun.
I don't have that particular trait inside of me.
Well, I remember when we were playing on Roll20 and you would just say, okay, you do that thing. Okay, I'm going to roll this. And then just a flood of 3D dice would just appear and we would both go, what the? Okay, huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a difference
that's
between,
experience then.
yes, this is what I enjoy, and this
That's
happens now.
42 damage.
You missed the mark. It yet lives as you coalesce your cold energy around yourself and fire this bolt of energy at it. It hits it on the back, and this thing is
This
looking
is the first time we've used one of those.
right fucked up.
I was gonna use it on the lizard, but then they kept breathing fire on me.
In fairness, they're really only I have been left with no weapons, but fuck you.
Because like, oh, there's a bunch of them in there. Perfect time to use this. Immediately burns me.
I'm a
Are
worm.
soul stones, like, would people know how to recognize them?
Only if they have done very specific, like historical research.
Well, in the off chance we end up in, like, lockup, we can possibly still keep them on our person.
Problem is, they know how magic shit works. They're more likely to take everything from you.
Damn.
And then, the warlocks that still spawn in their magic weapon from the bowels of nether realms, or they just hit them with sticks. Alright, it's Worm's turn. I am Worm. I have 4 HP. I have 1 intelligence. I'm gonna eat before I die.
Oh wait, action surge.
No,
Action,
you just used that.
Well, I'm saying the cantrip that was a one-time thing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cast it twice.
He's just like, wait a minute.
I didn't know if I could cast it again. I forgot.
Yeah, no, spells don't get the extra attack bonus thing. Sadly.
I forget.
You're fine.
Alright. 4 HP. 1 int. Eat before I die.
Go ahead, bite Thaddeus.
Don't bite me.
You're
I am-
protected. You're fine.
I've been trying to bite him this entire time. I'm gonna bite him. I'm gonna die for it, but I'm gonna bite him. With the last of my energy, I crit this poor motherfucker again. I'm so sorry.
And then you die.
Well, make sure you hit first.
You said you crit him.
I crit him, but make sure you hit
And he dies.
on your...
He has the aura
You right.
around him, Eric, remember?
I don't remember. That's
I can get his sentinel attack off before he gets to bite me.
at the same
By any
time.
chance? Okay.
It's
Well, technically the sentinel attack does go before as the reaction, so if you do kill the thing, it doesn't get its attack.
no.
No? Okay. I thought that's how it worked.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
It says when
It's not
there's
me getting bit. I don't give a shit.
Well, its bite deals 22 damage, which means it takes 5, which kills it.
Actually, no. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against another target than you.
Doesn't matter. Jonah
Should I
goes
guess?
back down. Yay.
So that goes down
Well, that's
again.
22 damage before you have it.
I don't have it.
Hey,
I
dude.
do have it. Wait a second, because crowd. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. But it does not go down.
So it munches onto you, and then its teeth shatter because of the cold, and it stops wriggling. Purple worm has died.
Such a great ability.
It really
Such
is.
a great ability.
It really is.
If I can't hurt you, I'll make you hurt yourself.
Initiative is over. The creature is dead.
How's it going, guys?
It just
Creature
picked
is
on
dead.
Jodak, and then it died.
How many
I'm doing
times?
pretty okay under here for the moment.
You're doing fine. Just sitting on the ground doing nothing.
I'm
Nothing to worry.
underground, under tons and tons and tons of fucking sand. Eventually, I will run out of air. Right now, I have more potential to die than you did.
Now you're in an underground chamber of some sort. You're not stuck in a sand.
Oh, so I have no threat of running out of dying?
No, you're basically in a little cave system at the
Okay.
moment.
Okay, never mind then. I take back what I said.
17 giant spiders stand behind you.
Hey,
Die instantly.
hey. Only peons allowed to do that. You fuck off.
Monkey.
Eon sends 8 giant spiders into the hole.
Find my friend.
Why is he in the hole?
Because unlike you guys, had no way of saving myself!
Just teleport
I don't have that ability!
and fly. It's that easy. Just fly away.
If I use that ability, it runs out, which means I won't have it for later.
You guys currently can't be having this conversation.
Right.
Actually,
Actually,
Jodak and I can. Because he has a mental link.
Unless he's a mile underground, of course.
Not quite.
Then I'm pretty sure fine. But anyway, since you've given me this wonderful gift, it'd be rude not to take his poison sack.
Who has the better survival of the three up there?
Maybe
Peon.
Peon?
I have a +7 to survival.
That'll fucking do
Yeah,
it.
probably Peon.
Wanna go carving?
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
I
I
imagine
wanna-
Jodak is helping you.
Yeah, because I really want this venom sack.
Yeah,
So,
Jodak's helping
I'm
you, so this roll would have advantage, so maybe not a nat one.
17.
That's much
I want to
better.
go divination wizard just to say, no, you didn't. Stop that.
No, it's this number. You'll shut up. Just wait until a friendly person is trying to do something completely innocuous and make them roll a 2.
Yes.
Okay, so you go carving for venom. You've not really familiarized yourself with worm biology because, I mean, you've never encountered this fucking thing because you don't live near any deserts. So it's a bit of a trip, but I'm gonna say after about 45 minutes, just because size, you do manage to find the poison gland, and you extract about 4 uses of the stuff.
And I give it all to Jodak.
Yeah.
As per other stuff you might be able to carve from the worm, its exterior is relatively tough. It could be fashioned into armor if you wanted it to be.
But we're about to kill a fucking big ass fire drake, so or
yeah,
fire
but
worm.
it might melt or something. It might be too hot. But just to
Go
say,
on.
I'm just saying we'll see. There's also a bunch of big ass worm teeth if you want to be a Fremen. Outside of that,
Fremen.
there's really not much to get here. It has a bunch of meat on it that may be able to sustain you if you cook it very properly. actually, what'd you roll?
17.
On the die, or was that 17 total?
17 total.
As
Okay.
you're going through here, because of what this thing is, you actually, as you're going through its stomach, you break into an area that seems to have a lump of ore of some kind. It's of a pinkish hue.
It's a fucking crate dragon.
I pick it up.
Pick it up. You may add
Pinkish ore.
6 pounds of mithril to your inventory.
Sick.
Because these things are
Mithril
actually
pretty
really, really
strong.
good if you manage to contain them, because they basically pick up all the ore in an area and turn it into little
And
deposits.
gems.
Yeah.
They do gems too.
They're saying if we should have left it alive and tamed it,
No.
Good luck.
so we continuously milk its venom.
It's
No,
real
no.
dumb. It's real dumb.
It's nigh on impossible to tame a fucking purple worm.
I will simply make tiny ones now, for I have seen it.
I'll allow it.
I love it.
I would like to take some of its teeth.
Okay. It has, yes,
He
many.
wants to be a Fremen. Good on him.
What is that?
You watched Dune, you dumbass.
Never mind. I know what that is now.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Uncultured.
Read the book.
That's a bad memory, okay? It's really, really bad. That's all it is.
That bad of a movie? The newest one isn't.
Not the movie,
Compared to
that's a
the-
memory.
Oh, compared to the first one, that movie was good.
Lynch's has some positive points, but not whenever they're yelling at each other.
Which is understandable.
As he went, I don't want to do space karate. Let's give them sonic weapons. That somehow makes more sense.
But not at all.
But not at all. Okay, you guys have a worm that you guys have carved what you believe to be the usable parts out of it. That's stuff that you want to keep, you've put in your to keep areas. What would you like to do now?
And 90% of your party that you came here with is gone.
Well, little more than 50. Like 70-ish.
I should find a way to get them out. You know, I bring them back above ground so we can carry it on our way.
Where'd my pail go? What the fuck?
So you're
Okay.
saying I need to use locate creature to find Todori? Because that seems like a convenient thing to do.
Does locate creature work on Todori?
It should.
Should. I don't remember.
I've never seen this spell used, you tell me.
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to
Fair
that
enough.
creature's location as long as the creature is within 1,000 feet of you.
Fair enough.
And if it's moving, I know the direction of its movement.
Okay. So you're going to cast that with him as the focus?
Yes.
Okay. You get the idea that he is down and to the left.
He's down and to the left.
We should just dig straight down.
And to the left.
This is a sandbox game. Never dig straight down.
You are surrounded by sand.
You guys just want to jump in the cave system and see where it goes.
I could turn into bird again and lower us down instead of jumping in there.
Yeah, but I don't know how many uses of wild shape you have, and you don't know what's down there.
I have one left, would be the answer.
I advocate for saving that one for now.
Okay.
And I spent a couple rounds just healing myself,
Okay.
my armor healing, so I can heal myself back up to full.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
And an extra couple minutes to Dory will be fine. I actually don't know. He could be dead by this point in time in the next session.
I have a
Dory,
question.
you okay?
Question for Eric.
No response.
Could I use plant growth to make like a plant ramp going down to the hole?
Does it let you do so quickly? Or does it have to be existing foliage? Because right now it's basically just rock.
Let me double check to find it.
Because, I mean, you could potentially make a cactus ramp, but,
That would be a little bit painful.
yeah, just a little.
Yeah, I can't make foliage. I have to use existing stuff. Unless
Okay.
I spend 8 hours doing it.
Suggestion next time you're in a town or somewhere, somebody has a bottomless bag, right? Grab, like
3 of us do, yeah.
Yeah, grab, like, a couple plants and just store them there.
Pocket moss.
Maybe give them, like, little bubbles. Or pocket moss. Actually, you have moss on your, cloak. That's part of it.
Can I use that moss?
You may.
Just take a little bit off, put it in the ground.
Yes.
I will do that then.
See, the answer was on you all along. And what exactly are you making it into?
A ramp that is walkable, both down and up.
Okay. Moss is moss. So make a casting ability check just to see the structural integrity.
Casting ability check will be whatever you roll on D20 plus your
Wisdom.
modifier.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
17.
17.
don't remember
All
the
right.
word modifier.
It seems serviceable. Vashnir probably shouldn't jump, but you think you'd be okay.
Onward to find our friend. And I point to the ground. Or to my ramp.
And you three proceed downward. Okay. Remember that locate creature is on. Mark it on your sheet somewhere, and I'm going to go ahead and call session there. We will pick up next time with Dory all alone. You guys going down there to find the rest of everybody.
Owing
And
another fucking life debt. Ugh.
the NPC party. Doing whatever the hell it is the NPC party does.
You're never, ever going to let me go home, are you?
I've not forced anything.
You have been told it will be a long and arduous journey to go home. It will take you a while.
Oh,
It's just
don't
part
bring
of
up your fortune
fortune.
teller bullshit. Sitting there and avoiding it every chance you have, but now that it's right, you're just sitting there going, hey, that thing I said. Alright.
Avoiding it for expendable NPCs. Somewhat expendable NPCs.
This
People who haven't
time,
given their names.
next session, you guys will have probably finished exploring ruins and will be getting ready to fight the fireworm. Let's get out of here.
Woo. Bye.
Bye.
Brush your teeth, everyone.
Okay.